match. And of course, I could talk till I was blue in the face about what these players need to do, but of course we have Doc Haskell for that, and he always has his keys to the game for Boise State when they are ever there ready to go. And let's take a look at those. And for Rocket League, let's be honest, Doc likes to keep it simple. It is kick some A's, take some N's, deliver some L's, and collect some W's. Doc's keys brought to us by Count Identity Trust Global Network. Delivers real-time fraud prevention, account protection, and enables a personalized customer experience for more than 9,000 leading brands and payment providers. Quick and accurate identity trust decisions, deliver safe payment, account creation, and login events while reducing digital fraud and chargebacks. If you want more information, if you want to stay safe online, go check them out at count.com. As I mentioned, is the NECC. It is Boise State taking on New Jersey City. It is a best of 5 here. Like I said, some names that a lot of people are going to recognize if you've been following Boise State Rocket League for a while. Some players that have definitely shown up in big-time spots, and I don't expect anything less from them here tonight. And, of course, we have our new player, Little Milk, who will be able to play as long until Tacky Do is available, and I can hope to see big things from them and maybe a potential future star that we might see down the line for Boise State. But as I mentioned, the roster for Boise State will be Circuit. It will be Array, who used to go by Caden if you watch Boise State Rocket League in the past, so another name that might not be familiar but definitely a very familiar player. And then Little Milk will be the starter until Tacky Do, one of our longtime Rocket League players, is available, and then Tacky Do will be able to fit in. We have 3 series here tonight. Hopefully Boise State can go 3-0. We're just waiting for them to hop into that first game. Could not be more excited. As I mentioned, this is the official kickoff to the Boise State Collegiate Fall season. We, of course, had our Gridiron event last week against UCF, which was a ton of fun, but this is where the official grind begins. Everybody looking for that championship. Add another one to the Boise State resume. Of course, we came away with a couple last spring in Overwatch and Madden. Rocket League would love to add their name to that list. And, of course, like I said, we should potentially have a chance to check out Boise State's Overwatch team at the very end of the night, coming up at about 8 Mountain Time. So you do not want to go anywhere. That should be absolutely awesome as they kick off the season in NACE. But for now, it is NECC Rocket League, Boise State and New Jersey City. We are just waiting for the go signal here. Sounds like everybody was ready to go, and then we took a brief pause. So we were just waiting for everybody to go, the green light to flash, and we will hop right into it and see how Boise State does in their first appearance. As I said, it's activation week, so, you know, you would expect maybe some hiccups here and there. It is very similar to preseason in other sports, but there is, like I said, some extra consequences on the line, as this does help sort of determine the seeding and the group you want to go into. You never want to have a team absolutely just get blasted and not have any fun because they got seeded into the wrong group. So I think it's a very awesome thing the NECC is doing here, making sure you take the preseason not only to get the players warmed up, so when you kick off the action, everybody is in mid-season form, but you also don't have any teams that are maybe mismatched in a division, either just roll through all the competition or just unfortunately get rolled and have no fun at all. So it is a ton of fun here that they're going to be doing that. It's always a great way to kick off with some low-stakes gameplay because, you know, sometimes in that very first game, the spotlight's on you for the very first time, as the players are behind me on that side there. As I figure out which side to point on, right over there, you can see right up on stage. I saw them giving the peace sign. They're ready to go. They are fired up. It is Boise State and New Jersey City in the NECC. We're going to kick things off here. Array Circuit. It looks like Tacky actually made it here in time. So 3 members, fans should be very familiar with his Array. Passes at midfield. Circuit looking for the shot on goal. Not able to find it. Tacky can't quite get there in time as Wilson able to clear that one away. Yanbon up on the corner. Great center. But it's stolen away by Array. Not quite able to get it in the corner, but gets a huge demo onto Wilson. Ball right in front of the net. Tacky just barely misses off the crossbar. Now they've got to retreat as Karazim trying to make a play here. But Tacky steals that one away. He's in a 1-on-2, going to wait for Array. Oh, nice pass over to Circuit, but Wilson gets there in time. They battle up in midair, get locked on it. Wilson lands on the ball. It ends up scoring the first goal for New Jersey City. An absolutely crazy set of circumstances here. They're going to get tied up, and Wilson's just going to kind of fall on it. That is great aerial control from Wilson, and he is going to grab our first goal of the night, of really the collegiate season here for Boise State. Circuit and Charisma not able to make a play on that kickoff. It gets recentered up, and Wilson with his 1 goal going to pass it down into the corner. Array waiting, but it gets centered right in front of the net, gets bumped out of the way, but a nice save pass from Tacky to Circuit. Allows Boise State to clear. Yanbon can't make a stop. Circuit looking for the one-timer, can't quite find it. Charisma not quite able to stop it. And now Circuit gonna keep it on that orange side. Down in the corner, we get a double demolition off screen. Charisma now gonna dribble it upfield. Array gonna challenge, gets deked out, gets the demo, allowing Circuit to clear that ball over. Circuit ends up colliding though. Here comes Tacky, wide open net. He's not gonna miss those. And Boise State with a fantastic equalizer. Really a great play by everybody. Array with the nice demo, Circuit with the nice touch, and Tacky with the finish ties us up at 1. Here early on, just a minute and 20 seconds gone by in game 1 of the NECC. Array off that kickoff. Yanban though with a great shot. Gonna look for a play off the backboard, but Circuit is there. Yanban can't keep it alive at midfield, but Wilson gets it stolen away by Array. Here comes Circuit looking for a play off the backboard. Muscles his way in and it somehow rolls in. My goodness, Circuit, who we all the time would talk about how great defensively he was last semester for Boise State. Just a fantastic goal. It rolls from the bottom of the crossbar up to the top. And Circuit has us in a 2-1 lead for Boise State here, not even 20 seconds after Tacky scored that game-tying goal. Speaking of Tacky, looks for the clear. Yanban takes a shot, but a fantastic challenge there by Tacky. Keeps it away from his own net. Array looking for the clear, not able to find it. Does he want to chase down Wilson? He does. Bumps him just off the ball, but Wilson's going to be able to carry it on. Tacky really bumps him off the ball, but Circuit's got a retreat. He'll go for the ball, plays it over Charisma. Wilson with a huge miscalculation, but Array also goes flying over it, and nobody's able to make a play off it. Charisma with the perfect center. Boise State with just a long clear down to that orange side, trying to look for an insurance goal here early on in game 1. Not even halfway gone. Tacky shot. Wilson with the block. Circuit trying to follow it up. He just pops it up in the air. Charisma is waiting in that corner. Great play to get it around Array and Circuit. He's now racing down. Tacky's going to challenge him. He'll fool him as well. Trying to air dribble it in, but Circuit, there's that defensive prowess we talk so much about with a fantastic save to keep the Broncos in the lead. Yanban looking for a clear. Circuit ends up with the ball. Huge save by Charisma. And Wilson now dribbling it up near midfield. Tacky with a great play off the wall. Circuit takes a shot, wants a double tap, but he can't quite find it. Fantastic play by Charisma to sort of angle that ball out of the way. Tacky looking for one more. Oh, a terrible clear there from New Jersey City. But Tacky, I don't think, was ready for it, so the ball just kind of took an awkward hop off the bumper of his car. Yanban loses that dribble in midfield. Charisma now looking for a shot, not able to find it. Circuit can just let Wilson try for it. He ends up missing. Circuit kind of wants to pass, ends up trying to take it himself. Bicycles it right in front of the net. Tacky on the back pass, but Array's not there. The Broncos got to be careful. Array plays that perfectly to kind of just bump that ball out of the way. Wilson takes a great shot from that midfield stripe. They fake him out, but Tacky makes a huge save. I think Charisma got a nose on that, trying to redirect the ball. Fantastic deep fake there. I think that was Yanban who faked out Circuit, but it doesn't go in. Boise State flips the pressure, but as I say that, the ball's back on the blue side. Kind of gets tied up there in a three-man tussle. Wilson takes a shot. Huge save there by Circuit, but a double commit does come out as Array was trying to make the save as well. Ball gets cleared all the way down. Circuit looks for a shot. Charisma immediately blasts it back. We get a demo off screen and a 3-on-2 now for New Jersey City. Bad hop. Tacky gets some revenge. Can they play it on the waterfall? No. Wilson went for the demo on the goalie, and Circuit bailed out Boise State. Now he's looking to give them the lead here. 1-on-2 for Circuit. Gets a tap, but Wilson makes a fantastic save, his third of the game, to keep us in a 2-1 current Boise State lead here in game 1. A ton of fireworks already, and it's only game 1 of potentially 5. Circuit clears it away. Yanban, awful clear there. Wilson can't quite make a play on it. Boise State has all the pressure, but Array's got to retreat. He's the last man on defense. Ball kind of takes an awkward hop right in front of the net. Charisma's shot turned away by Array. Yanban gets cleared. Charisma, 30 seconds left here for New Jersey City. They're trying to make a play on the ball here, trying to get us to overtime in game number 1. Wilson can't quite make it happen. Yanban shot. Tacky, though, denied. That one has been off target as well. And now Tacky has to worry about Charisma, who looks for the center. Circuit just hits it away. 10 seconds left now. Array not quite able to find it. Here's Wilson looking for one more to add to his total. He's been the MVP. Can he put it in? 3 seconds left. It gets turned away. Charisma pops up in the air. Wilson, one more chance, and he's not able to find it. Boise State barely holds on here in game number 1. This is going to be absolutely insane. Well, if you're looking for a place to compete for some cash prizes, Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competitions for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. Absolutely fantastic effort by both of these sides here. I mean, I thought Tacky had some spectacular defensive goals, but once again, it is Circuit, a player we talked about so much last semester for that Boise State Orange Rocket League team, who at the start of the season was one of the best defenders I think a lot of us had ever seen, with multiple like 6, 7, 8 save games, which you just do not see in Rocket League. And he slowly started to figure it out offensively, becoming a full offensive threat later on in the season. And now we saw some spectacular offensive play from him. Once again, that very solid defensive play, but the rest of the lineup stepped up as well. I thought Tacky, who was usually ended up between the goalposts most of the time, had some fantastic saves, and Ray as kind of that midfield bruiser, if you will, just looking for clears, looking for demos. But overall, I think for New Jersey City, there's definitely some signs of promise. A 2-1 game, nothing to scoff at there. Usually the low-scoring games means not a lot of mistakes are being made, so goals are going to be at a premium. I thought Wilson played out of his mind. 3 saves, the only goal in the game for New Jersey City. He is going to be a player Boise State has to watch out for. But I thought Jan Bond had some good plays, a couple of bad touches in that midfield that you hope they kind of shore up here in these usual 60 seconds we give them between games. And Charisma had a couple of great plays as well. But I think Wilson's going to be the guy, it feels like, who not only kind of like the Boise State version of Circuit, if you will. He has got to make those defensive plays. He's also got to make those offensive plays as well. So you're really hoping a teammate can step up for New Jersey City if you are a New Jersey City fan. But overall, that game one was definitely some good signs for both teams. As I mentioned, this is basically the official kickoff to Boise State's collegiate fall season. We'll have Overwatch coming up later tonight, hopefully in Nace. But right now, it is game 2 of NECC Rocket League. Boise State and New Jersey City, ball in front of the net. Not quite able to capitalize, but they want more. Wilson tries to center it up. Janbon with a fantastic challenge onto Circuit. Now it's Charisma's chance in the corner. Array will just challenge him right at that wall. Wilson now kind of gets it around Circuit there. As Array goes retreating. Circuit now going to blast that one down into the corner. Great follow-up. Hits off the crossbar. Can Array follow that one up with a shot of his own? He cannot. But you see Janbon low on boost. So is Array. Boise State committing a lot of boost to try and score this goal. Now 2 members running on fumes. Tacky able to refuel in the corner is a great clear by Wilson. It's going to relieve some of that pressure. And we're now a minute gone here in game number 2. Janbon with a fantastic shot, but a huge save by who else but Circuit. The man is a brick wall back there defensively. The very last moment, he kind of spikes it into that top crossbar and stops that goal from going in. Now can Boise State make something happen offensively? Circuit's done it all so far. 1 shot, 1 save. Tacky does get demoed. Ball kind of bouncing around a little bit. Janbon gets bumped away by Array, but ends up finding the ball. Tacky can't quite clear it away. Circuit, though, able to corral it. Janbon bumps away from Circuit. It's a 1-on-1, but Array, and it's going to pinch that ball off of Janbon. Back to the midfield stripe. Array takes a shot wide of the net. Janbon forced to make the save. Here comes Array. Gets demoed from behind. He didn't see it happening. Tacky's got to retreat. A fantastic play by Wilson to demo Array on what would have been a pretty decent shot attempt. Now Circuit's going to dribble it up that right side wall. Wilson waiting there. Ball kind of ends up right in front of Circuit, but his car had lost all momentum. Array looking for the double tap, not able to find it. As Charisma has to make a great save. Dribbling down past that midfield strike. Circuit seals it away, but the ball's still rolling towards the blue net. Finally, Tacky able to make a play. Couple of misses on that one before Circuit will pop it up in the air. Janbon waiting, though. He'll just take a shot. Array easily going to clear that one down. Circuit looking to center it up off the wall. Array is there. Oh, went for the low shot. Now Tacky's got to retreat. Got to be careful. Wilson right in his trail. Wilson not able to continue that shot. Triple commit comes out from New Jersey City. They got to be careful. Wilson was able to retreat in time. That was a scary shot to be. As Circuit takes a shot, another double commit coming out. New Jersey City getting a bit sloppy here on rotation. But they've seemed to figure things out here as we're now almost 3 minutes by. No goals scored. Charisma going to bail out on this one. Circuit with a great pass. Oh, Tacky just kind of stopped. I think they hoped that ball was going to ricochet forward. Puts Boise State in an awkward spot, but they're able to hold on as Wilson looks for a pass down to Janbon. He'll just kind of bump Circuit out of the way, but Array will at least get a clear. Charisma now can't stop it from being cleared. Pass over to Circuit, stolen away. Wilson and this New Jersey City defense have been playing very quick, really limiting Boise State to just 2 shots on goal, but New Jersey City hasn't been luckier until now. Wilson in front of the net, Charisma shot too high. Array spikes it down, and we still have ourselves a 0-0 game. Circuit just kind of getting bullied out of the way. Here comes Array though, ricocheted off the hood of Wilson, and Array's gonna pop up it towards Circuit. Takes a shot, not even close though. We have 4 shots apiece. We've almost had as many shots as minutes played in game 2. As Tacky will elevate, Wilson barely dunks it over him, but not at a great angle for New Jersey City to continue this pressure. Circuit now trying to spike that one down and sneak it under Janbon, wasn't quite able to. And now he's got Tacky near midfield, stolen away. Array now with a great reverse touch there, able to get it back towards midfield. Wilson's going to keep it away from him, and then Array steals it away from Janbon, who was racing in for a shot, but really neither side has generated too much offense. Feels like a bit of a volleyball match here where we're just kind of lobbing the ball back and forth between sides. Nobody's really spiked it to score a point for either team, and we're in the final 45 seconds now of game 2. Boise State looking to go to match point early on and start the season off with a win. Circuit plays it off the side wall there, immediately stopped by Charisma. Boise State, open net, and there he is. Wilson, we talked about him in between games with a fantastic pass from Charisma, and it just felt like a ticking time bomb for Boise State. They could never get it clear, and New Jersey City scores first. Still 30 seconds left though for the Broncos. They can easily tie this one up. We've talked all the time and been told by a lot of Boise State players, 30 seconds a goal is a comfortable spot to be in. You're not pressing too much. As Circuit tried to get that pass back to Array, it gets stolen. Janbon thought about maybe just putting the nail in this one, but Array over to Tacky, takes a shot, and Boise State with 15 seconds left on a fantastic play from Array to Tacky just past the midfield stripe has tied our game at 1-aside. Tacky with his 2nd goal of the series. But a huge shout out to Array with a fantastic pass. 14 seconds left before we go to overtime. Array has a great chance maybe to end this one. But he loses the dribble. Charisma now not able to clear it. Wilson gets blasted out of the way. A huge stop by Array. 3 seconds left. Can either team keep the ball alive? Looks like Wilson just wants this one to touch the ground, but he misplays it. Circuit keeps it alive. But Array and Tacky not able to get there in time, and we are heading to overtime. Just joining us, Boise State won the first game 2-1, and overtime now in game 2. It is golden goal. First team to score will end it. Best of 5 here. Boise State would love nothing more for a second straight 2-1 win and to put them on match point. But it feels like so far New Jersey City has dominated offensively. This game 2 is a huge shot comes in, but Circuit with another fantastic save, his 2nd of the game. Now able to clear it down. Charisma retreats. Janbon going to be the first one to challenge it. He'll do just that, and a great demo on the trailer. As Tacky gets taken out, respawns just in time. That would have been a dangerous spot to be. He did lose the ball, so Charisma's going to play it off back wall. Janbon too high. Wilson not quite able to get there, and Boise State survives disaster early on here in overtime. Circuit now got a great pass over to Tacky up on that side wall. He doesn't really have a teammate. We see Circuit racing in. Ball gets denied right near midfield. Circuit's going to hit it over the corner. Wilson waiting there, just kind of sandwiches that one. Ooh, Array off the back bumper. Fantastic little touch to keep it alive. Tacky racing across with Wilson. Oh, Charisma misses a huge shot. Another commit. It's going to be a wide open net. Janbon actually gets in time. But Boise State has a ton of offensive pressure. Circuit with a huge demo. Array now able to sneak it around. Centers it up. Tacky's game winner denied though by Charisma. Fresh off the respawn. But Boise State has another chance. Tacky down into the corner. Janbon's going to miss on it. Charisma can't find it either. Wilson has to bail them out. Scary spot there. Circuit near midfield. Going to look for one off the backboard. Fantastic play though by Wilson to deny any rebound chance. And now Janbon looking to dribble it down. Once that pass in front of 2 members of Boise State, they double commit back off. Before Array makes a fantastic save. Wilson jumps over Circuit. Get a touch on that ball, but it's Array who carries it into the corner. Takes a bad hop around 2 members, and Array's gonna end it just after the 2-minute mark in overtime. Array with a spectacular solo play. Wilson and Janbon double commit. It's a wide open net. Circuit was coming in if needed, but Array said, "I've got you, fam." And Boise State, with a 2-1 overtime winner, has put themselves on to match point. Well, if you're in high school and looking to score some pro advice, you can get it at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Like I said, if you're in high school and you want to unlock your true talent, esportstower.com. It's a fantastic place to be. And speaking of Rocket League, we'll have some Esports Tower Rumble Rocket League action coming up tomorrow at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. It's always a ton of fun. But right now, we've got Boise State Rocket League. It is the NECC. It is New Jersey City. It is Boise State. It is right now a 2-0 lead for Boise State, but those wins could not have been more uncomfortable if you're a Bronco fan. A 2-1 win that kind of lacked scoring after the first 3 minutes in our game one, and then our game two, we didn't score until about 90 seconds on the clock. It was New Jersey City and Wilson who put them on the board first. Tacky with a spectacular goal just 15 seconds later with 15 seconds on the clock to tie this one up, and then Array, you just saw it right there. An absolute insane play from the midfield stripe. It was an unfortunate misplay and a double commit by Jan Bon and Wilson, one I'm sure they would like back. But again, it's early in the season. It's activation week for the NECC, which, as I mentioned, is kind of the preseason, if you will, but there are some stakes on the line. Unlike some sports where you're just trying to get warmed up, the activation week in the NECC used to make sure that teams are seated in the proper groups going into the regular season. Of course, you don't want to have a team, I'm sure they would love to be that team, but you don't want to have a team just roll over everybody, win every game 10-0. Even as a Boise State fan, those are games that are just so boring to watch. You want to be put in the correct division for your skill, and that's what activation week is all about. Well, they're already ready to go. We're going to kick this one off. 8 seconds into game 3. Boise State looking to start off on a high note with a win, and not only a win, but a 3-0 sweep to start the collegiate season. We'll see if they can get it done as Array won that center over to Circuit. Not quite able to find him, though. Tacky going to pop that one up in the air. Huge clear down, Circuit wide open net, but it's off the mark, and Circuit missed the follow-up. Tacky says, no problem, I got you, bro. And Tacky scores his third of the series. Really should have been Circuit's. Shots just wide. He's going so fast. He couldn't correct in time, but New Jersey City could not get in position. Everybody racing back. And Tacky scores his third of the series and his first in game 3 as Boise State takes a 1-0 lead. We talked about this a little bit in that game too. New Jersey City had some triple commits, had a really bad double commit on Array's game-winning goal. Something they need to figure out here if they want to get us into a game 4, but they were dominant. As Tacky over to Circuit. Speaking of dominant, Circuit nearly puts it in, but a great save by Charisma. We get a demo off screen, but Boise State's going to deny that. Array comes flying in like a wrecking ball. Absolutely sends Jan Bon into the next dimension. Boise State not able to capitalize. Here comes Array. Had that game winner in game 2, looking for one more. Gonna have to retreat. Charisma now. Not quite able to find anything there. Array gonna stop that. Jan Bon looking for a shot, turned away. Circuit blasted down to Array. Kind of plays it around Wilson, who has been the star player for New Jersey City. He's going to need a couple more goals. As Tacky shot turned away by Charisma. Circuit takes a shot. Excuse me, that one is turned away as well. Array with a great slam there. Tacky the pass down. Huge demo comes out. Bit of a miscommunication there for Boise State. Circuit centers that one up. Here comes Array. Shot on, but Wilson, who has been huge for New Jersey City, turns that one away. This is Tacky and Jan Bon going to get tied up near midfield. Array and Jan Bon also going to get tied up there. Tacky takes a shot, last second save by Wilson. And, oh, this ball just dangerously in front of the net. Array's got to be careful, though. He is the last line of defense. He able to play that one smartly, doesn't get too aggressive. Circuit now gets that ball dunked over him by Wilson. Now Boise State looking for one more. They'd love an insurance goal here, but of course a 1-0 score might not hold. It's Wilson! He puts it in from midfield, an insane air dribble. Take a look at this one. He pops it up, steals it away from Array, just past the midfield stripe. He takes a huge shot, sneaks it past Circuit. And much like Tacky, Wilson has his third goal of the series. All 3 goals for New Jersey City have been scored by Wilson. Great shot there by Boise State, but Charisma is able to turn it away. Right in front of the net, Array gets stopped by Jan Bon. Just entering the second half now of this third game here for both teams. Boise State looking to put New Jersey City away in quick order because this feels like a team for New Jersey City that's getting better and better as this series goes on. Tacky with a fantastic play in a 1-on-3. Can't quite get it around him the second time, though. Circuit commits and Array's got to be careful. Last line on defense, Welson stops him, but the ball turned away a bit too far. Yanban's shot came in way too late as Boise State had recovered. Circuit clears it away. But we saw this in game 2. New Jersey City absolutely kind of dominated time of possession and side control. Just couldn't really find great shots, and that's kind of where we're leaning to right now as we dunk under 2 minutes here in game 3. 1-1 scoreline. Might have 3 straight 2-1 games here for Boise State as Array pops it up, turned away by Welson. Tacky and Charisma will both miss, so Yanban's up to the task, and he'll touch it down almost into the corner, but Array is there. Pass over to Circuit. Circuit trying to dribble it, but Welson reads that one. Gets it over to Charisma. They're looking for the recenter on a give and go, potentially. There it is, but a fantastic save by Array. That's Welson's shot turned away as we go in under 80 seconds on the clock. Welson and Array now battling it out. Boise State's got to keep an eye on Welson. He has been fantastic so far, and he might have a chance, but a huge save by Array. Follow-up trying to come in from Yanban, but it's not quite enough. Under 60 seconds left now. We already played an extra 2 minutes of overtime. We might be going there. We get a demo, but the ball kind of squeaks out to the orange side, but New Jersey City holds on. Boise State just got to play safe. Circuit with a rare miss, but he's able to recover in time. Charisma dunks it over, and here comes Welson with that ball just stolen away from him. New Jersey City also has to be careful they do not over-pursue. You saw Circuit reading that one perfectly, Spider-Manning on the wall. If New Jersey City over-aggresses, Boise State might be able to flip it on them. Yanban at midfield, Array wins that one, down to the corner, Circuit and Welson racing. Welson's gonna win the way into that one. Tacky pops it up in the air, Yanban should be able to recover. 15 seconds left. Tacky scored last time to force us to overtime in the final 15. 10 seconds off the backboard. Nobody home for Boise State. Playing very careful. 5 seconds left. Last chance for the Broncos to win in regulation. Tacky off the backboard. Circuit shot turned away. Charisma racing in. Array wants to keep it alive. Here comes Tacky! And Boise State's going to win it. Tacky as time expires with a fantastic goal. His second of the game. 4th of the series. Past all 3 defenders, and Boise State with another 2-1 win. Fantastic job, really, by both these teams. I think everything except the final scoreline, game 2 and maybe even game 3, New Jersey City felt like the better team for a lot of that. They just could not get shots on goal. Boise State is your winner here in the first NECC Collegiate Rock League match of the fall. What a great way to kick things off for Boise State. A lot of returning players, as I mentioned. Circuit, Array, who of course is Caden, or Ray, excuse me, who is Caden, and Tacky, all 3 longtime members who absolutely played spectacularly. What an insane series to kick things off. Absolutely wild. New Jersey City, you played your hearts out. Welson and company, I thought you guys were spectacular. Like I said, game 2, you felt like the better team. Game 3, more of a toss-up, but they just couldn't get those shots on goal. They go back, they work on that. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with in this NECC when the regular season kicks off. But right now, all we care about is a Boise State W, and that is exactly what we got. A fantastic display by everybody. Of course, I think there's really only one ICCU player that you could give it to. Array, with that game winner in game 2, has a good, fight for it, but it's got to be Tacky, dude. We'll see if production agrees with me or not, but Tacky, 4 goals in the series. He led this series overall in goals, and he also had that insane game winner. Really a fantastic job by the whole team. I do hope we get to see that one again in our either top 5 or our ICCU players, where I think Array passes it over to Tacky, who's waiting at midfield. Just overall, a fantastic start to the night. But really all 3 players, and we talk about it all the time with the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game, none of these players could 1v3. I mean, I'm sure some of them think they could. I know some of our Overwatch players like to think they could 1v6, but it takes a whole team effort. Here is the ICCU player of the game. I believe it is going to be Tacky. Just ignore the Packs there. Pack would love to be Tacky one day, but Tacky with a spectacular 4 goals in the series. And some of them just absolutely insane. I bet you this last one is going to be – that was insane, by the way, too. tie the game with 15 seconds left is wild. Tacky, absolutely. I think maybe the veteran on this team, the name we've seen the most, though Circuit and Array both have been here for a while. Tacky, the veteran on the team, absolutely played spectacular in this game. That game-winning goal was perfect. Let's see it again here. Array's the one who pops it up. Charisma kind of helps, and just the rocket from midfield on the orange side. Insane. Charisma's going to regret ever getting a nose on that ball, but Tacky in perfect position. If that doesn't go in, we're going to overtime. That is absolutely well-deserved. The player of the game brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union believes a great player makes the team more successful. It's like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Tacky is our ICCU player of the game. Like I said, we're going to have a ton of Rocket League going on tonight. I believe we have 2 more series here, but we are going to take a bit of a break, so we will wrap this one up with our top 5 plays. But don't go anywhere. Like I said, we've got more NECC Rocket League and hopefully some Overwatch coming up here later tonight, so do not touch that Twitch page. But our top 5 plays are presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your gift choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Reach out on Twitch at iGuard Gaming, and here are your top 5 plays. Don't go anywhere. We got more Rocket League coming up after this. Rolls in. My goodness, Circuit, who we all the time would talk about how great defensively he was last semester for Boise State. Just a fantastic goal. It rolls in the nail in this one. But Array over to Tacky, takes a shot. And Boise State with 15 seconds left on a fantastic play from Array to Tacky just past the midfield stripe has tied our game at 1 aside. Tacky with his 2nd goal of the series. Touch on that ball, but it's Array who carries it into the corner. Takes a bad hop around 2 members, and Array's gonna end it just after the 2-minute mark in overtime. Array with a spectacular solo play. Welston and Yanbon double committed. It's a wide open net. Circuit was coming in if needed, but Array said, I've got you, fam. It's cleared down. Circuit wide open net, but it's off the mark, and Circuit missed the follow-up. Tacky says, no problem, I got you, bro. And Tacky scores his 3rd of the series. Really should have been Circuit's. Shots just wide, he's going so fast, he couldn't correct in time, but New Jersey City could not get in position. Everybody racing back. And Tacky scored. Charisma racing in. Array wants to keep it alive. Here comes Tacky! And Boise State's gonna win it. Tacky, as time expires, with a fantastic goal, his 2nd of the game, 4th of the series. Past all 3 defenders, and Boise State with another 2-1 win.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Hello?
Hello.
There we go.
All right, all good.
So I think we have a recorded series, so if Baker's going to delay, we'll just do that. If not, we're trying to get Baker to go now so we can do it live.
Gotcha.
And then we'll do the recorded series at the end.
It's been a hot minute since I've been able to do this live. I'm excited.
I know, I'm excited. All our live stuff should be fun. So it is Circuit, Tacky, and Array, who used to go by Caden. So it's all three former, like not former, but past Broncos. welcome back into the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. We're kicking off the fall collegiate season here for Boise State. It is NECC Rocket League. Hoping to have some Overwatch as well to wrap up the night. But so far, we just saw this Boise State team in NECC Activation Week, which helps teams seed to be in the correct division for the regular season. 3-0 New Jersey City, and now it's time for them to take on New England. I'm Michael Fishfisher, and joining me to call all of the action is Artie Nerdy Bird Rain. And Nerdy, Boise State absolutely dominated New Jersey City with this kind of new look, old lineup of Circuit, Caden, who now goes by Array, and Tacky. And you're a player on the Overwatch team. What is it like when it's first game of the season, you're on the stage for most of these players, the lights are on you? How do you handle all of those emotions that have been running through your mind through all the scrims, all the tryouts, all leading up to this moment?
I mean, it's going to sound horrible, but you really don't handle the emotion. You kind of sit up there, you're a little bit anxious, and then finally when you get the headset on and all the coaches are out of the chat, it's just the players, the game starts, you zone in and focus on what the heck's going on in front of you, and you get into the, quote, gamer mode, so to speak, and everything else kind of just falls away from you, and then you take your headset off and you realize that you were just doing that for the first time as, you know, an actual varsity player for your college, and then the anxiety just starts up all over again.
Well, I'm sure it was a great relief for these players that they started off with a win over New Jersey City. I've just been told it will actually be Circuit, Array, and Lil Milk, who will actually be making his debut, if you will. I believe he's on the stage actually right over there off camera. So, you know, it is going to be fantastic to see a new player, but he gets that veteran leadership that you'd like to see. And NECC, if you take a look here at our event card here tonight, it is all going to be very standard, Nerdy. The rules we're used to seeing. It is going to be 5 minutes, 3-on-3, best of 5, standard soccer. Really, everything's the same. The only difference, and this is really interesting, it's preseason, but in other sports, preseason doesn't matter. It's just to kind of warm up. This kind of helps determine what group you're going to be in for the regular season. So I don't want to say a loss hurts you because it does you more good, but it's interesting that there's some stakes on the line in more of a relaxed environment, if you will.
I really hope that every team going into this has the idea that they want to be performing to the best of their ability, and no one's going in with, like, let's set the lowest bar possible so we have easy seeding at the beginning of the season. Also, because, like, that hurts you in the end when you're going up against lower seed players that they worked hard to get there and you really didn't, and by the end, you've not worked nearly as hard as you would have been had you actually tried really difficult during seeding rounds.
Exactly. I would assume the NECC has something in place so we don't get any sandbagging, because, I mean, who knows? Maybe you come out of a lower bracket, you have to play a team that you would have maybe had a 50-50 with. I would assume, like you said, I hope everybody's coming in, giving it their all. Right now, though, Boise State, 3 wins over New Jersey City. They're all close. 2-1. I mean, we always talk about the heart palpitations on the desk when we had a game winner in overtime. We had a game winner with 0 seconds on the clock. So hopefully the squad here just comes in and absolutely gets done with work. Any final tips then before we get ready to go here against New England?
I mean, the biggest thing that I feel like sometimes falls apart for our Broncos is definitely the rotation towards the back post, especially when you have like a double commit on a goal, like a goal scoring opportunity. Normally that person's chilling at the midfield, likes to inch forward a little bit further than they should be. So hopefully they've worked on that. It doesn't happen.
Well, we got Nerdy's keys to the game. Let's get Doc's keys to the game. He is always there to let Boise State players know what exactly they need to do as they head into their second series of the night against New England. Don't let them have multiple attempts. Clear the ball at angles, steal, boost, and bump and demo to disrupt. It's all brought to you by Count, whose Identity Trust Global Network delivers real-time fraud prevention, account protection, and enables a personalized customer experience for the 9,000 leading brands and payment providers. Quick and accurate identity trust decisions deliver safe payments, account creation, and login events. We're reducing digital fraud. If you want to stay safe online, go check them out at count.com, KOUNT.com. Well, we are ready to hop into game number 1. It is a best of 5 here in the NECC. Activation weeks, like I said, every loss, if you're a Bronco fan, isn't heartbreaking. It's weird to say it's almost good, but it does kind of help Boise State actually get seated in the proper spot. So I'll be curious to see how this series goes. Taking on New England, we're ready to kick off whatever these players are. And I think we've seen a lot of Circuit. We've seen a lot of Array, formerly known as Caden. I want to see what Lil Milk's going to do. First time, to my knowledge, up on the stage. Fantastic name, by the way, as well. Very curious to see if they maybe have some of those issues where you're talking about, and then it's kind of like oh, that's right, you know, I'm on stage. That's the player I want to watch for Boise State.
All right, well, let's hope no nerves are on them and we have not instilled any extra pressure on Lil Milk during this performance, because
don't listen to us.
We're notorious for that.
We really are. We, especially now that we're doing a lot of live events, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, the players can't hear you. No, they're all there. They can all hear us now. So hopefully they turn down those stage speakers. They say, I don't want to listen to you, Fish. But here we go. We're going to kick it off. Looks like we're going to join just about 30 seconds in here. And is Mr. Nick going to clear this one down? all the way into the corner. Array waiting for his teammate to clear it up. And Boise State, there is Lil Melk looking to clear this one. Gets it up towards that midfield stripe. Takes a little shot on goal here, but it's going to be turned away by New England, who's in the blue with Boise State in the orange.
We do have Lil Milk rotating back and allowing for one of their teammates at the mid to elevate and stop the ball from getting a free clear, but it does go all the way into Boise State's corner. Lil Milk following it up, taking it back up the same route as the last time, instead dropping it down to one of their teammates who gets a nice centering pass, but Lil Penguin disrupts that one.
Penguin now covered in, not quite able to stop that one. It gets cleared all the way down. Boise State with a great chance here. I think that is Array in the corner looking to center that one up. Couple of mistakes. Everybody misses for New England.
And
somebody get there. Oh no, Circuit can't quite find it. New England with a triple commit. Boise State can't find the punish though.
Array does manage to boot the ball away from Penguin there on that goal shot that they had. Me Like Rice tries to follow it up, misses it. Now it's in their own corner. Penguin playing it off the wall, centering it up from their teammates who elevated too high. Now we have Array coming in, shot on goal, and it goes in. Oh, nope, did not. It got cleared out, but Circus did get a demo in the goal.
I think that hit the crossbar. Boise State could not have been closer to a goal so far in this game. We're 2 minutes by. Boise State has dominated side control. Little Melk tries to take a shot. Array can't quite stop it either as this ball gets cleared down into the corner. Me Like Rice now waiting. His Circuit, steals the boost, gets a pass over to a teammate, and Little Melk going to get absolutely destroyed there by Me Like Rice. Ball still on this blue side though. Array trying to back into it, gets cleared away. Circuit now centers it up, but nobody home for Boise State. They're going to have to retreat, but they've had all side control already. They just need a goal.
The rotations are almost there. It's just as though the aim is not quite where it needs to be, but there's another shot on goal. It's hitting that crossbar. No one likes that relationship that anybody has with it. Over rotations happening, however, coming out from the other team are not going in anyone's favor. You got Little Milk trying to take it up to the mid again, but it gets turned away. Array following it up, shot on goal, but it's cleared away before it even gets to the goal box.
Ooh, Circuit with a great play defensively. Now under 2 minutes left. Here comes Little Melk looking for a shot. It was a one-on-one, but couldn't quite get to the ball. Circuit now with being pursued, gets a great demo onto Me Like Rice, but Penguin with a fantastic save from Array. Couple of demos going out for Boise State, but they still just have not been able to find the back of the net. Circuit trying for the second chance there, not able to get it. Array centers it for himself. The goal's wide open. He's just not able to get a shot in time.
The ball drops down right in front of the goal, but Array jumps just a little too high over that one. Circuit's there for the follow-up to center it up to themselves, but it is going to be turned away by Mr. Nick into the corner, now taking up the side. Little Milk comes flying in, but it's dropped down before Little Milk can get a touch on it.
Mr. Nick going to clear it down. Just under 90 seconds left here. We have not seen a goal so far. Boise State's defense has been strong tonight, but offensively a bit challenged as Lil Melk now in the corner. Just over a minute left, looking for his center, but he can't quite find it. One more chance here. And it gets cleared away there, and Boise State struggles continue as Penguin just barely hits the crossbar.
It does get pinched and cleared away by one of the Boise State members. Me Like Rice does try to get it turned to the mid, but a demolition in the goal allows Lil Milk to finally find the first goal of the round.
That'll help relieve the nerves there. Just a fantastic goal. Great demo there.
That was beautiful.
Boise State has been demo happy in this game as well. As Boise State does have the 1-0 lead. Looks like our scoreboard might be a bit backwards, but no worries. We know the Broncos are winning at heart, and that's all that matters. The Circuit now looking to deny this one, trying to hold on to the lead in the final 30 seconds. Ball bounces over Mr. Nick. Great opportunity for one more, and Circuit will find it.
Nicely done. We've got, just a little over 30 seconds left here. We can see the opportunity for 2 goals to happen for New England, but it's going to be hard-pressed with the way this first round's going right now.
Defense has been insanely strong. You see New England right now only has 1 credited shot to their name. In 4.5 minutes of play here is Mr. Nick trying to make a play. Array just bumps him out of the way. Here comes Penguin. One chance here.
Oh!
Mr. Nick keeping it close.
We did have 2 members in the goal there. I just don't think they were ready for the angle that Mr. Nick came in on. We do see that Circuit tried to elevate and knock it away, but they couldn't do it fast enough. When you're flat on the ground, the elevation's just not your friend sometimes.
I mean, the way the season's been going so far, Boise State feels like they might be required to win by 2-1. That's been the scoreline for every game is Penguin. He'll break that. 17 seconds left. And Boise State has given up 2 goals in 30 seconds.
I feel very bad. I'm sorry, Boise State. I definitely caster cursed that for a little bit. It's okay. We'll just go into overtime and you guys can just score the first goal, I hope.
That's like almost trying too hard to caster curse, I feel like. But I don't know, Nerdy. I felt like Boise State had this one in the bag. Is it Lil Milk?
Oh, yes!
Oh!
Redemption. Okay.
11 seconds. What is happening? We couldn't score a goal for 4.5 minutes, and now we've had 5 goals in 20 seconds.
I think maybe they're just toying with us a little bit.
There's crazy things that happen here at Boise State. This is one of them. Is me like Rice. If you score this, I'm just ripping my headset off,
Mr. Nick.
and I'm retiring for good. 5 seconds left. Please don't let this happen, Boise State. Me like Rice. One last chance here. Oh!
Okay. That was too close for comfort.
I don't know how we got all those goals in the final 20 seconds. More on that in a bit. Don't forget, Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. Wow. We are 4 matches into the season now, and Boise State literally already has us on the edge of our seat. And you know, I don't think there's enough beds in the hospital for us to go there tonight, Nerdy, because this has been wild. I mean, we had back-to-back game-winning goals in the first series, and then that one felt like it was in the bag, and then Boise State blew it, and then Little Milk, in his first ever game on the arena stage, absolutely clutches it.
Well, I'm going to be totally honest with you. As production staff, I'm sure we can appreciate the storytelling abilities of these high anxiety-inducing moments, and the players are delivering them to us right away at the start of the season. I'm sure a little bit of me is like, can you please just make sure you fully secure the victory and not toy with my anxiety right now?
Yes.
But yes, it's fantastic for the storytelling of this, and it puts on a fabulous show. But guys, please, I don't need you to formulate that much of a story for me in this case.
100% agree. I mean, just win like 2-0, like cruise to victory. Extra goals are nice, but, you know, it slows down the game. You've got another game to play coming up against Baker after this, so just win like 2-0, dribble out the clock, you know, do whatever you need to do. But, wow, anything. Just win by more than 1 goal, please. That's all we're really asking. This is game 2. It's going to kick off. Me like Rice, going to run down Little Milk in the corner. Ball cleared in front of the Boise State net. Scary spot to be if you're a Bronco fan, but New England cannot capitalize. Circuit trying to score that first goal, but Boise State going to have to wait for a Ray to put it in front of the net. Now they've got to retreat. Scary spot to be.
Little Milk, though, was at the mid, managed to redirect it enough, and the centering pass that was accidental from one of the New England players works out in their favor. Circuit, unfortunately, does miss that ball there. It's still on New England's side, finally goes over a Ray's head. As you see Little Milk take out Penguin, and now Boise State just has to clear it here.
Little Milk, oh, great play there. He has a pass to Circuit, but he's going to take it himself. Ball kind of ping-pongs around before Penguin gets a fantastic clear. He's now going to take a great shot on a net. It's going to waterfall down. Me like Rice keeping the pressure on, and Array will clear it. Great job by Circuit stealing that one away. His shot very wide of the net, and the ball gets cleared back to the orange side.
Array does disrupt that shot all the way back, though. Manages to resend it over to New England. Little Penguin tries to get enough possession over here, sending it to Me Like Rice in the corner, playing it off the wall. Mr. Nick comes in to get the pass, but it goes way too far, and Array's able to come in and send it past that midfield stripe.
Oh, Little Milk, he's been scoring in bunches so far. Can't quite get that one as Me Like Rice denies that. Array's going to blast it back. Little Milk is there. Looks to center it up, maybe for himself. Ends up just dropping off. Now there he comes on screen right in front of the net. Little Milk playing fantastic in his Boise State debut as Mr. Nick looking for a clear. Penguin a little slow to get that ball. Array's got it in front of the net. But Boise State's going to have to retreat. So far, great rotations for Boise State.
We have Circuit here disrupting Little Nick's possession of the ball, as well as Array elevating while it's spiked high in the air, sending it all the way to New England's goal. It hits the back wall. Array comes in, but Mr. Nick got the first touch. It is now crossing that midfield stripe. Circuit regains possession on the ground, but Little Penguin disrupts that one. Mr. Nick and Array now battling for the ball, and it's off the back wall for Circuit to grab.
Circuit gets denied by Me Like Rice. Little Milk in the goal with a fantastic save. Me Like Rice does steal that full boost in the corner, and you can see Boise State's boost all in the teens or lower. They are boost starved right now. They just need a big clear, and Little Milk's going to give it to them. Mr. Nick now in that corner. Kind of gets the ball squirted away from it a little bit. That's going to allow Circuit to keep the pressure on. Me Like Rice, fantastic little backwards bump there. Ray puts it in front of the net. Snowbody home. Boise State with another close opportunity. Just can't find a goal.
Me Like Rice did snag it from the other corner. It's still in front of New England's goal, though, as Mr. Nick uses their hood to boop it away. Circuit uses the wall to center it up, but nobody's managing to get possession of it as Nick now is there, taking it across the midfield, plays it around one of the Boise State players, now going into the corner, trying to see if someone's there for the centering pass, but it doesn't matter as Array shoots it away.
Little Milk, great clears. Circuit racing down. Looking to center it up. He's got Array right below him, but the ball just never really lands on him. Finally gets recentered by Little Milk, who does get demoed. And it's Me Like Rice and Penguin going to double commit. That opens things up for Circuit off the back wall. Oh, Little Rice came flying in, couldn't find it. Array, one more chance. Little Milk recenters it, but not quite hard enough or on target.
Got Circuit trying to steal the ball away here from Me Like Rice. Does manage to maintain some possession, centers it up, but it wasn't quite fast enough on the speed for the tossed Little Milk to grab it, but they do eventually get it, taking it up into the corner. They see Array centering the shot for them off the back wall, but Array elevates too soon. The follow-up from Circuit will result in them colliding with Mr. Nick, taking them out, and Me Like Rice now has possession here on the Boise State side, and Little Milk turns it away.
Oh, Mr. Nick, great clear there, turned away by Circuit. Penguin is able to retreat. Circuit takes a shot, not quite able to find it. Little Milk rounds it right in front of the net. Oh, no! I think that is Penguin, who unfortunately just got put in a very poor spot. Great job by Little Milk to cross it. You see all three members there, and yeah, Penguin almost looked like he was playing for Boise State there with the angle he took.
It's okay, Penguin. It happens to almost every Rocket League player.
That ball's coming in so fast. I think he thought he was closer to the crossbar. As you mentioned, it happens. We've seen everybody, even Boise State's players, own goal each other. We're down under a minute. Scoring has been tough. That's going to be hard for New England to come back from. Is ball right in front of the net. Mr. Nick and Circuit going to run into each other. Clear attempted there. Little Milk, who's been playing insane so far, did get credited with that own goal. Eventually able to take a shot. Me Like Rice clears it away now, and Boise State's just got 40 seconds to kill.
Array does send it back over the midfield. We have one of the New England players elevate to try and hit it, but misses. Now Array using it around the corner, unfortunately, did get collided with, but it doesn't matter. It counts as an assist for Circuit, and when Boise State scores their second goal.
I think Boise State's been finding a lot of ways to not score. I mean, I don't know how you have two guys flying in and you nearly don't score, but Array with the great follow-up. 2-0. All right, this is where we were last game, Nerdy, when everything fell apart. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Is off the kickoff. Circuit looking for an insurance goal, really to build that lead, not able to find it, but Little Milk gets a fantastic clear to kind of relieve some pressure.
We have Penguin knocking the ball down at the mid, but no one getting possession for the side of New England here, so Boise State's managing to just send it right back. Mr. Nick retreating as Circuit plays it high in the air over two New England players. It hits the crossbar. Milk is there for the follow-up. It hits the crossbar again. Ray with the follow-up, and Penguin turns that one away finally.
Mr. Nick cannot win it, but he at least get a goal for his team. Oh, turned away. Boise State pitches the shutout and now finds themselves one game away from back-to-back 3-0 sweeps. Well, if you're a high school gamer and you want to score pro advice, check out esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. Get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. esportstower.com, a fantastic place to be if you are a high school gamer and want to get better and better. It is a fantastic group of people, and we actually are going to have some Rocket League coming up from the Esports Tower tomorrow at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, so it should be a ton of fun. But right now it's Boise State Rocket League, Nerdy. Boise State one game away from being able to have back-to-back 3-0 wins and a great start to the season. And that game, still close, but Boise State, it felt like they were in control for most of it, it feels like.
The side possession was definitely in their favor. I was very happy to not see 5 goals scored in the last 30 seconds.
Yes.
And Boise State have a secure lead from the start. And as soon as that 30 seconds started, I kind of was staring intensely at the screen and just hoping that nothing bad was about to happen and there was just no open goal opportunities left for New England. Nothing against you guys, but I do have to root for my home team. You know, I am a Bronco at the end of the day.
And I think, this is crazy that Boise State, we have not seen a team that, we've seen Circuit's great defensively. Boise State's whole team is insane defensively. They are just denying goal after goal. New England's barely getting any shots as we're going to kick off game 3. Boise State looking for the sweep. They'd have just Baker left after this as Little Milk with a great pass over to Circuit and Array in the corner, but it cleared away there by Penguin.
We've got Array retreating towards the goal, trying to corral it down here in the corner away from Nick. Between the two of them, it does end up eventually getting away as Penguin comes swooping in to try and maintain the possession here on the side of Boise State. It does get cleared away by Array into the corner. One of the substitutions for New England, Fishy, managed to clear it to the other side, playing it off the wall to Nick for that centering pass, but Array disrupts it and maintains possession here in the corner.
Array trying to set something up. Little Milk, ooh, I didn't run out of boost, just kind of stopped short of getting up and elevating for that ball. Second chance hits off the crossbar, though, and Penguin able to clear it away. Array, though, doing a great job. Boise State's shown some fantastic patience, not pushing up too far, as Array's going to clear that one length of the field. And now Circuit is there. He'll elevate over Fishy, as you mentioned already, the sub for New England off the back wall, but Fishy with a fantastic clear to keep us in a 0-0 game.
The ball does end up with Milky, who shoots it high for Array, who drops it down off their hood. It does land in front of Penguin. Array comes back in to get possession of it, but there's not too much speed happening. Circuit comes in for the assistance, collides with Penguin in mid-flight. Milky with a shot on goal is too high. The follow-up from Array is rolling in and does score Boise State's first one of this round.
Fantastic job by everybody. You see Little Milk there with a great shot. Array, he's barely going to squeeze that ball by Little Milk. Penguin, I think he actually blocked Penguin's save there as well. That was actually kind of crazy from Little Milk, but as you mentioned, it is Array who puts Boise State on the board early. Fishy with a great cheat on the kickoff.
Ooh, Milk with the save, though, there. Nick with the follow-up shot's going to hit the crossbar, unfortunately. Nick trying to get the possession of the ball back. Penguin comes in and does shoot it into the corner.
Penguin trying to center it up for New England, who's looking to score a goal. Tie things up, but Circuit's going to lob that one down into the corner. Array gets the full boost. Going to look for a great shot here.
Oh,
what?
My gosh!
What? He faked out everybody, including me.
That was so big brain. What the heck, you two?
What? Penguin doesn't know what to do. Wow.
You're pulling out too many stops too soon, Boise State. That was flashy, though, and I love it. I live for it as we see Circuit off the kickoff, taking it down into New England's corner. But Penguin comes in trying to take it away. Milky's at the mid to send it back. Bouncing off the corner. It's centered up. Circuit will collide with Fishy, so no one gets clean possession. Now Nick has it here in the corner.
Array's looking to center this one up for Circuit. Ball kind of ping-pongs off of him. Circuit gets launched into the New England goal. Fishy now going to dribble it up. Little Milk. Back in the corner, Mr. Nick with a huge clear down, but Boise State, they've been so disciplined, Nerdy. We haven't really seen them ever get caught off guard with a long clear as Fishy tries for a shot here, but it's turned away by the crossbar.
Fishy's still trying to get possession of it to have their redemption shot on the goal yet again. It does get cleared down all the way New England side. It's centered across the middle of the goal. Array's there for the follow-up. Milky and Circuit have to determine who will go after it. Neither one eventually do touch it. Circuit now off the wall, off the ceiling. Well, let the ball drop onto Milky's hood.
Oh, Fishy with a great bump there. Just over 2 minutes left. Boise State in command, but we know if anything can happen in Rocket League, it can happen quick. It's Fishy dribbling it down. Little Milk, great denial there, but Penguin just going to lob it back down. Array waiting on that back wall, trying to deny a rebound. Ball eventually kind of gets pinched towards that blue goal. It's a one-on-one. Fishy versus Array, and Fishy makes a great save. Little Milk with the follow-up.
Yeah!
Little Milk hit his debut. 4 goals so far in this series. Really doing a great job for Boise State.
I'm really excited to see future games from Little Milk, but they're already getting a little flashy. And let's see what else Boise State has in store. I'm sure there'll be more secure goals than that last one we got to see as we go into this kickoff. It is won by New England despite the best attempts of Boise there. It does end up back on New England's side, though. Ray's going to come in and hit the ball towards the net. It's a little too high. See if Circuit can redirect it towards the mid. It is turned away by Nick, though.
Boise State comfortably in this 3-0 lead. They'd love to add
Milk,
more. Little Milk.
No way! Oh, dang. All right.
Little Milk coming to play their second goal of the game. Just a great steal at midfield from Mr. Nick. And this one, Nerdy, I mean, maybe I'm going to cast a curse and I'll regret it. This one feels like it's starting to get in the bag and we won't have to sweat out the final seconds. For now. Anything can happen is off the kickoff. Penguin launches a shot. Little Milk is there with a fantastic redirect on the ball. Array gonna play it away from the Little Milk racing in. Not quite able to find it though as Fishy wants an attempt here. He's got Mr. Nick right near the mid. Oh, nice. Oh! Nice little double tap there with a pass. New England looking good so far. They just need a couple more of those.
This aerial control here was great. Nick, I think that was a shot on goal, but Fishy was prepared to be your follow-up, so nicely done on that teamwork.
All right, now now I'm getting a little worried. Boise State 4-1 lead, just under 90 seconds left here. As a Ray, ooh, dangerous clear there, and Circuit with the miss. Mr. Nick just couldn't get enough power on that shot. That could have easily been a second goal for New England. But Boise State will live to fight another day as Little Milk with a fantastic clear all the way down. Circuit takes a shot, but it's denied.
We've got a Ray now trying to corral the ball here in the corner away from Fish. They do use Fish for the momentum to send it all the way to New England's goal. Penguin and Circuit will collide, and the ball drops over into the corner. Milk trying to play it over to Circuit at the mid. It does end up with Milk dribbling it just a little bit too far, and Fish is hot on their tires.
Oh, Fishy can't quite clear it out. Great pinch there. Ball in front of the net. Circuit looking for a goal, not able to find it. 30 seconds left. Boise State in command. Little Milk wants one more. The hat trick denied, though. That was an insane play, nearly. Now it's Circuit's chance. He'll air dribble it. Pass over to Little Milk. Another shot turned away, and Boise State looking for the flashy goal now to end out this series.
We have a Ray who took another shot on goal. It was turned away. It looked like almost all three members were required for that one from New England. It's now at the mid. Milk elevates, taking the ball high. They're trying to go for no way, Milk. Milk. Okay, I see you. Going for the turtle play, going for the hat trick, all in one go. We get it. You are great at this game. But dang, that was beautiful.
That was fantastic. That is an exclamation mark to really end this series. There's 2 seconds left. There's no 4-point shot in Rocket League, so New England will unfortunately lose. Or fortunately, if you're a Boise State fan.
Milk!
Oh, Circuit!
Circuit!
All right, there's your exclamation.
Okay.
Everybody gets in on the scoring. Finally, Boise State, gives us some breathing room and a bunch of it. 3-0 series win for Boise State, and they're looking pretty solid to start the year off here.
That was a great game. I mean, how else do you describe the total, just confidence that they could have to even pull off a turtle goal in the last seconds of the round?
Honestly, I mean, speaking of confidence, the person I want to talk about confidence is Lil Milk.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. I mean, like I said, first time they're on the stage behind me, and they absolutely popped off. I mean, you cover the names up. I said, was that Bena? Is that Cosmo? Who was that? Well, we'll talk about that a little bit more in a bit. But don't forget, the Idaho Army National Guard is a proud supporter of Boise State Esports. Top plays are presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and review of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Reach out on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. Another 3-0 clean win here for Boise State. And, yeah, I mean, Little Milk, absolutely insane. But I think the whole team, it felt like, again, those first couple games were the early season jitters, especially game one, where everything just kind of blew up in our faces almost. Then they came together, they settled down, and as you mentioned, they played with the absolute insane confidence in game 3.
Well, you just got to know that this is your game. You're here to play this. Your coaches had you try out, or you even, came to the coaching staff, and they're like, yeah, join us. Come on, let's play together. And that means you deserve to be here. You have the skills to be here. Being on stage shouldn't be the stressor. It should be the fact that you even are here is really makes you anxious.
Speaking of deserving, your ICC player of the game, I mean, I think there's only one clear choice, but I'll open the floor to you, Nerdy. Do you have any suggestions?
I think we're on the same page.
Oh, never mind. No worries. We know. Hey, throw out your player. We don't have enough for our ICCU player of the game, but throw out yours anyway, Nerdy. I think we're on the same page, though.
Yeah, probably. Lil Milk?
Lil Milk, yeah.
Lil Milk.
Absolutely insane. Phenomenal effort. Honestly, just like I said, if you cover up the names, I'd be like, is that Bena? Is that Cosmo? Is that Ace Pocket? Who is? Oh, some guy who's new? Okay. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Well, we have our third series against Baker. We're going to take a short break. Before we do, though, do you have any final thoughts, Nerdy, on this series and anything to say to Boise State, who right now has been clapping everybody with 3-0s back-to-back?
This directly goes to our Rocket League players on stage. That was friggin' awesome, guys. Keep up the good work. That, honestly, if this continues out throughout the rest of the season, I'm sure we'll see them go far beyond what we just saw, and it was a fantastic performance across the board from everybody.
Well, they've got one more performance left to go here. It is going to be Boise State and Baker. We will take a short break. We'll be back. Can Boise State start 3-0 in NECC Rocket League? Don't go anywhere. Find out next.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
home. I've seen so many people go. Learn to make it on my own. It's easier for me to be alone. So how are you? Keep cutting through, claiming you're not like the other guys. And only if I could give you a chance, show me that you mean it, we'll feel some type of way.
Welcome to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. You're watching our coverage of NECC Collegiate Overwatch. Boise State is looking to start their fall season on the right foot with a win in Week 1 of NECC play. My name is Jacob Gem Mountain Palmer, and I am joined by Brenner Bear Ladd joining me to call all the action tonight. Brenner, it is great to finally be back with collegiate play after a summer of, we've had a lot of kind of nice side Overwatch play, but now we are back to cheering on the Broncos. And the Broncos are going to be competing in kind of a new environment because obviously over the summer a lot of recent balance changes have come to be, including some recent Doomfist and Genji buffs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so we saw Genji get a buff to his basic attack doing some more damage, and we saw Doomfist now get the recharge through his ult as well, meaning he's able to combo faster and be even a bigger threat to our Boise State team, or be able to utilize by him. So we might see a little bit of a dive comp with those two DPS tonight.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what kind of comps are brought out. We saw kind of a lot of double bubble, but we saw Blizzard kind of pulling a little bit back on Zarya and also kind of the other heroes that were so dominant. I know Baptiste got hit with another nerf over the summer in regards to just his immortality field being brought down a little bit. But the one thing that hasn't changed is the ability for D.Va on the Colmec to still get eliminations. It's a little bit trickier now because they've reduced the range of damage, but we still can see those eliminations, which I personally am thrilled of seeing.
And I'm pretty sure everyone loves to see it because nothing's better than a baby D.Va getting a double kill, just slamming down a giant robot on somebody nonetheless. So hopefully we get a couple of those tonight, especially with how good D.Va is in the current meta with a lot of teams. She's just got that versatility, especially with how strong Pharah and Echo are right now in the meta, having those aerial abilities. So I really hope we see a lot of back and forth tonight for this first matchup of our season.
Well, the first matchup of the season is Boise State versus Irvine Valley, and here is how it is going to work. It is a best of 5, and Boise State will pick the first map as they have the higher seed. I would imagine so, as they are recently defending Mountain West champions, so definitely a lot of excitement there. And then the map loser, of course, chooses the next map. So Control will be the first map that we will see tonight. We will, I hear Boise State is kind of leaning toward one pick, but if it doesn't come up, then I can blame Doc for that, for throwing us off. So, but it is not only the meta that has changed, but also the players. One thing that we were talking about over the summer is one of the new players joining us is Maxwell, who made a great showing for himself over in Esports Tower, is now joining us. What's your general sense overall, Brenner, on how the whole team is melding together and what their mood is tonight?
It's definitely been very good so far. We just came off practice and now we're going right into a game, and the team seems to be melding really well so far for this first official match so far. And especially with a lot of things upcoming for them, there's a bright future ahead for them as well. And now that we only have our one main Overwatch team with a couple subs, with a total of the 9 players, we're really excited to see how the future goes with a couple new faces and a couple old from the past.
Yeah, it's definitely a mix of the new and old rookies and veterans, although it is kind of a misnomer to call them rookies, as some of these new additions are so high-ranked in their play. But I do remember hearing Doc over talking about scrims, and sometimes I remember him saying, let's just focus on communication and team callouts for this match. You know, don't even focus on how the match turns out. Let's just focus on getting the communication. So that's going to be kind of the main thing I'm looking out for, and definitely it being an Overwatch match, we'll sure hear team callouts if they're melding well together. Well, our match tonight is, again, Boise State versus Irvine Valley, and this is interesting because Irvine Valley, kind of a new arrival to Boise State Esports. We don't know that much about them, so generally, you know, we do, there's a lot of scouting to be done, but Irvine Valley completely new onto the scene, at least from our broadcast sense. So what would you normally do, you know, going into a team that you might not be familiar with? Is there something you kind of fall back on general truisms?
I would say cover your basics. You know, you don't know what kind of back pocket strategies they might pull out. They might have, you know, the pocket pharmacy that we've had in the past, or a really strong, you know, brawl comp that they'll just speed right into you with a Lucio. So you really you'd be able to counter like some of the most basic team comps in the meta right now. So if they come at you with a dive, you need to know, like, all right, we need to protect the 2 healers that they're probably going to be diving on, and then have that counter push ready to enact. So a lot of things come into factor there, and you also don't know what their skill rating is since they are a new team. So you should always go into it expecting the worst there.
Well, what overall map do you think Boise State would be most inclined to choose, as they are going to have the first choice of Control tonight?
It's a hard pick because Boise State is pretty true to what they know and love. They like picking a lot of the same maps as we always see consistently, like Kings Row. We rarely see Numbani and rarely see Eichenwald, but we see a lot of those classics. Hopefully we see more Blizzard World with that Escort map coming up, hopefully with a hybrid as well. For Control, though, probably Lijiang Tower. We've seen that a lot in the past from our Boise State team, and they've been perfecting it as well, I've heard. So hopefully we see some good plays coming out there.
Now, I know it might pain some of the players to ask this question, but what about overall on Assault? We weren't even sure whether it would be in this semester, but with, ongoing delays to Overwatch 2, we are stuck with Assault for one more semester. So what kind of has Boise State been looking at in that sphere?
I mean, I feel like everyone's go-to for Assault would be Anubis, just because it's the easiest to hold in, I guess, my opinion, at least of holding that main gate. We see a lot of great Ashe plays, a lot of good Pharah plays, and with the Pharmacy being strong on our comp at least last year, hopefully this year it's just as good. We will have to wait and see how that pulls out. Yes, everyone really doesn't like Assault, and like you mentioned, we are stuck with it for one more semester until we get that new mode of push. So we'll just have to wait and see. But with Assault being, I believe, the third map in the bracket, it's definitely going to be interesting how that plays out, starting off with Control and then Escort.
Yes, well, one of the things that Boise State can keep in mind at this time, in terms of general truisms, will be Doc's keys to the game, which we will get to in a short bit. But once again, to recap, the overall match is Boise State versus Irvine Valley, and Doc's keys to the game in Overwatch is never to take a fair fight. And what does that mean? Well, that means to take fights in unexpected places when they are unprepared and focus on tempo, and in case you forgot for the first two times, tempo again. And all Doc's keys to the game are brought to you by Count Identity Trust Global Network, and they deliver real-time fraud protection, prevention, account protection, and enables personalized customer experiences for more than 9,000 leading brands and payment providers. Quick and accurate identity trust decisions deliver safe payment, account creation, and login events while reducing digital fraud, chargebacks, false positives, and manual reviews. Count.com. So we are now almost ready to get into game number one. It will be Control. Boise State has the choice of this first map, and it will be just, we were talking about where Assault might land in. Brenner, it is going to be as Control, Escort, Hybrid, Assault, and then Control again if we need to go to a fifth game.
Yeah, and it would be great if we could, just to get that longevity out, get the most practice in for our players, especially in the first map of the season. And with us being the higher seed against Irvine Valley, it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup that you want to see the most play out of from them, with them being the new team. The more we play them, the more we can learn from them and learn how to counter them. So that's going to be a great night for our players, as we're hopefully heading into this match pretty soon on Control. Any sneaking eyes trying to see on that monitor what the map might be? I'm just like, someone?
Okay, I do have a little bit of insider info in that Boise State is leaning towards, and it might not be their final choice, but I hear that they are interested in Lijiang as their first pick.
I got that, so at least I know something. But Lijiang Tower would be a great seed. I wonder which of the three we're going to start with. If I had to guess, maybe Garden. Garden would be pretty cool, just throwing that out there. So why not throw it out? And hopefully it's at least a clean sweep for us. Having that strong start is such a good for mentality of these players, especially going up against a new team. Having that strong start can definitely get that snowball rolling. As we know, Overwatch is definitely not a snowball-y game, so that won't happen whatsoever. It'll be great.
And just the confirmation there, Lijiang is indeed the first pick. We could see Garden. I don't know. Is Boise, have we seen Boise State as the type to really try to, because I know if we start out on Night Market, we tend to see sometimes those Symmetra plays. Sometimes both teams rush in to put that Symmetra teleport. Do you think Boise State is kind of feeling that kind of vibe tonight?
If they want to be a little bit cheeky, they'd even go with the Bastion up top and teleport into the window, which we all love to see like it's Kings Row, and we're doing Statue of Liberty play.
Yeah.
Everyone loves to see it. So maybe not in this high level of play just because it's their first game. They want to come out strong and not so much as a meme. But maybe if they get a far enough lead, they might go into that more fun play style. But it's definitely going to be an interesting night tonight.
Well, as you can hear from the players behind me, they are getting ready to jump into the game, so we will bring you that right now. But once again, this is the first match of the NECC season. Boise State Esports is back, and we are starting with Boise State versus Irvine Valley in Overwatch. First match of the season. Can the Broncos start off on the right foot? Jumping into Legion Tower, it looks like you were calling it out right, Brenner.
Gotta love Garden. We gotta see some boops. We gotta see like the early Pharah boop or maybe some Lucios just for that extra cheekiness to set those players off on a good start for either team just to really open it up. And as we get into Garden, I'm gonna ask you a question, Jim. Is there any team compositions here early for Gardens that you want to see?
Ready for battle.
I think you might have just taken the words right out of my mouth, because really we can see a lot of cheeky play there, especially with just kind of the circular design of this initial point here. You can see a lot of Lucios just kind of stalling out the point, making a bunch of acrobatic decisions there. So it will be interesting to see what Boise State chooses, as well as what DPSs are brought out, because not just the Doomfist and Genji buffs, but earlier in the summer we also had a Reaper buff as well, trying to make him more survivable. So we'll see what Boise State goes with. It looks like they are going out with that dive composition. First off, bringing out that newly buffed Reaper. And right now they are going to get right into the face of Irvine Valley, doing a bit of damage. Plato is the one to get some of the damage on the Maxo with the first pick. Welcome to Boise State, and there goes the boot right onto Moira. So that is a great start for Boise State, looking like they're going to be the ones to take this first team fight and the point. 2 boots. So Brenner, your prediction right off the all your predictions are being filled. So you're calling. What are you calling next?
Well, I definitely see a change coming in as King is immediately going to that Lucio to try to get some of the boops of his own with Lin, and sticking to that Echo against this kind of dive comp coming from Boise with the Sombra, Monkey, and D.Va with the Lucio speed. Boise in a good, solid defensive spot right now, as Irvine Valley is going to have to heal up with that D.Va just getting below half HP, but Tracer's getting close to her pulse bomb the fast she can get it with. Looks like Irvine Valley is going around the far side with Boise State now collapsing into on him, with both the Lucio and the Echo getting caught out by themselves, with the large Bagel and Kelp able to manage to pick up 2 of them. The D.Va now just getting D-mech and getting taken down by Plato. Boise State is able to get that target recognition left, right, and center. They're securing the point, and it looks like Irvine Valley is going to have to go for the reset.
Yeah, they are indeed going to go for the reset with both of their supports. Kel actually getting a double there to stagger them out a little bit more. And Boise State, in terms of their resources, are going to be looking very pretty right now. Basically, all 6 of their ultimates coming online, but Bamsher and Smoked also having theirs online. It'll be interesting to see who presses that ultimate button first. It is going to be Joseph first, as well as Pulse Bomb being thrown out. And look at that Pulse Bomb being swallowed up by Kel as well. And a boop on the Smoke as well is going to put Boise State well within range here, still keeping the point and only spending 2 of their ultimates.
Yeah, Boise played that phenomenally, only committing the Coalescence and the EMP to that fight, whereas Irvine Valley committed all 4 of the ults that they had. And now we're going to see it change off that Tracer into the McCree, with now Lin taking over the Tracer, getting off that Echo with that duplicate, not getting as much value as he wanted, playing that for the duplicate for the Winston. And now going into this next fight, we're going to see Cats able to get an early elimination onto Marshall, but then Hobbs going to come out with the Death Blossom onto Cats and able to get that trade immediately.
Oh, no!
And now with the 99% and the D.Va trying to save her own life from that ulting, Winston is able to get it, but now with the D.Va bomb coming out, able to take out Banisher on that Moira and Gob taking out King. Irvine Valley has no healers as they're having to stall the point the best they can, with only the Winston and the Tracer able to keep it alive. Tracer's gonna have to commit the Pulse Bomb and is able to get none with it. With the large Babel able to get another boob kill, and Boise State finishes out strong, a clean 100-0 sweep.
Wow, that is definitely how the Broncos wanted to start out, as we are going to be going into the second map of the night. Boise State versus Irvine Valley again. looks like we are, I think this is Night Market. Yes, it is.
Yeah, so going to this Night Market will be fantastic. Maybe, like you mentioned, a Symmetra play as we see some of the team comps changing with Winston now being swapped into the Rhine for Plato. So it looks like they might go for more of a stronger hold on point and not as aggressive, because that was such a strong showing for the first game of Boise. Very dominant, let them contest point for a little bit, but they never even got 1%. So going into this next match, I'm curious what Irvine might change on their comp, sticking with the Diva. They will have Rhine as well. And there's the Symmetra play from both sides. You called it, Jem, as we see the Rhine stun back and forth. Plato being kept alive by Chosen with that mortality barrier. Great team plays already. We're seeing Boise cleaning up shop with Irvine Valley just getting rolled over. Boise State having that amazing showing that we wanted from this first map against Irvine Valley.
And this is really kind of a great Boise State team composition. If you're looking overall at how the teams are laid out, we have Plato, Kel, and a large bagel. Definitely, as we were saying, some Boise State veterans. But the other three, we had Gob, Chosen, and Maxwell, all recently new additions. So it's kind of split evenly between the new and the old, and they are certainly at peak performance right now. As we get back into this map, Boise State is having the point first. Charge is starting to go up for them, but look at Kel, almost available, almost has that Diva Bomb available right now. That's going to be the first ultimate online. Actually, no, it was, excuse me, the Remac. He was able to charge that up. No eliminations coming from that Remac thus far, but Irvine Valley trying to push through the choke point right now. But Plato's just going to slam right into their Reinhardt. Kel also picking up caps as well. Boise State up 2 in this overall engagement, and they are just pushing and making space for themselves, not allowing Irvine Valley to get one single successful attack.
Yeah, Boise State getting really cheeky, even teleporting into their spawn area, going as aggressive as they can. Gob does finally end up falling, but you can see that amazing target recognition from Boise State, immediately collapsing on their Reinhardt, losing their front lane, and just pushing as hard as they can. We did see the Lucio able to speed out with Diva able to eat that Flame Strike, and we're going to see Chosen throw down his Amplification Matrix to try to hold off Irvine Valley the best he can with only 50% on the board. Now 60 for Boise State. They're having a solid hold, but now on the side of Irvine Valley, we're going to see a couple ults come online for them with Blizzard and now the Wall coming out for Boise State. They're definitely having a dominant showing, and now the Deadeye is able to pick up Plato after he shatters 3 members, but now Drop the Beat is going to come out from Irvine Valley. We're going to see the double teleport going back and forth, no kills with the Diva Bomb, and now Irvine Valley's on point. It looks like they might be trickling in because they are losing members all around. This is definitely a solid showing for Irvine Valley.
It looks like that's going to be their first take of the season. Boise State is still trying to fight it out. Large Bagel trying to be the player with the Lucio, and the Shatter is going to come right onto Plato. Stop Boise State's presence. Kel is trying to keep it going, and I don't blame Boise State right now as they actually are able to take back the point. But now here comes Irvine Valley. Boise State has managed to stretch this out to 99 as Chosen is able to take out that Immortality field. Kel also getting the pick onto Kane, but Lean also with a punch right to Kel's face is going to keep Irvine Valley's presence on the field, well known as the Photon Barrier, and beat from Lucio is going to come out. Boise State managed to drag it out and get the first victory on Leishon. I thought for sure they were going to reset there, but some great play by a Large Bagel with that Lucio on the point. Definitely coming in handy for Boise State.
Yeah, a great showing from both sides. Irvine Valley did their best, and they even almost got a lot of members of Boise State off, but both a Large Bagel and Plato were able to hold them off just long enough for Kel to show up. The tank plays coming out from Boise State were fantastic, and the first round going to Boise State. Hopefully we see a strong comeback from Irvine in this next coming game.
Well, with a new season, we always get new sponsors, and we want to welcome one of our newest sponsors, Drop-In Gaming, and they are the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. And it's always great to highlight companies that want to support us, especially local companies, as I have heard that Dropping Gaming is a local company to the Treasure Valley. So always nice to support local business. One thing I am really great to see is I kind of mentioned the ability for the D.Va to still have the remech pick ability, but also in terms of D.Va, we have seen that defensive matrix come in clutch as 2 ultimates overall in that round were swallowed up by it, which is something that, you know, is kind of notorious that the defensive matrix can do, but we don't see it as often as you think we would. But in that first match, wow, 2 of them negated by it.
Yeah, once again, just fantastic plays coming out from these tank players. They call it the target recognition. We see the collapse on the Reinhardt, and as you mentioned, the D.Va eating ults. They have that game awareness that they're able to say, all right, this person will most likely have their ult up. D.Va get in their face and have the defense matrix ready. We still saw a couple of kills coming out from Irvine Valley's McCree with the Deadeye, so there's still can't protect everything, especially with how the defense matrix has been nerfed over the years, but still fantastic plays from the tanks. They're definitely going to be some people to watch tonight.
Well, Irvine Valley is going to have second choice of the maps to play on right now. It looks like they are ready to go into Kings Row, which, surprise, surprise, just getting back into true form. But Boise State had kind of an interesting strategy with Kings Row in that, you know, they wouldn't defend on the point. They would, on the ledges behind the point, they would defend first and then collapse onto the point once they got a few picks. Is that still a strategy that Boise State is looking to carry over into this new semester?
We could see it come back with the new player swaps out. We don't know if they got accustomed to it, because that was definitely the old team strat, because that's what they knew how to do with the Torb, the Hanzo, the Orisa, and the D.Va going in and out from those ledges. So it would definitely be interesting to see if they pull it off or bring in something of their own to say, hey, we're a new team, we have new players, let's try something new here. And with depending if they're attacking and defending, we could also see a Statue of Liberty play coming in here, because that's everyone's favorite of just, we're all in Symmetra Bastion, protect him, burn him down, we're going to get the point in a clean sweep. And so far, it seems like Boise State could do it with them having such a dominant force in that first game.
Well, will they pull off a cheeky play like that, or will they just continue on their run of winning? We will find out after this break. We will be back with Kings Row and Map 2 in this match, Boise State versus Irvine Valley. You're not going to want to miss it.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Welcome back to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. You're watching our coverage of NECC Collegiate Overwatch, and we saw Boise State get a win on Legion Tower, the first match of the night in this overall best of 5. And now we are ready to head on into hybrid. And Kings Row, surprise, surprise, we see Boise State on the stage there getting ready to fight. Doc giving them sage advice as always. And I am still on the desk calling all the action. Jem joined by Brenner Bear on the stage here. And Brenner, we have been talking about Boise State's overall great performance in the first game, but what do you think overall as their competitor Irvine Valley is in this first game? What do you think their best strengths are, and how can they use those to get a win in Kings Row?
Yeah, we saw both their DPSs actually performing quite well with, as I mentioned in the past, the Deadeye kills. What we hopefully need to see from them is more protection around their tanks, as Boise State was able to get that target recognition and dive right on top of them. And hopefully after that first match, they're able to collect themselves and say, hey, this is what Boise State did. Let's start countering that and see how we can learn from them and become better with this first game of the season. So I definitely hope we see their adaptability come through.
Now as we load into the match right now, Boise State was overall won in this best of 5. I don't know if we will necessarily see, we were suggesting before the break that we could see kind of a Statue of Liberty as we are focusing on the statue right now. But right now as both teams get ready, well, it looks like the Diva might be trying to take the place of the Bastion in this particular incident. But overall, teams having some fun as they're getting ready to start.
Yeah, heading over to the team comps, we are seeing the Hanzo here, so they could be going for the up top strat, as we already saw the Diva as well. And with Irvine Valley coming out, we are going to see a Doomfist with the Rhine, Diva, the May, as well as the Bap and Lucio. We're going to see a great wall coming out from the side of Boise State, separating out 3 of the members, but Doomfist going all in on the back line. We're already going to see the Ice Bolt coming out from the side of May. She's not going to have that utility with now, so it looks like Boise State's on the red side this time, my fault. And Lynn able to get an early elimination onto the May, but Gob on the Doomfist is able to get a 2-piece in the back line onto Cajun and King, with Plato picking up 1 more onto the Diva, and Chosen able to take out Lynn with Gob then finishing up on Bambisher. It looks like they are definitely going for that clean sweep here.
Oh! And a screech emerges from the stage as Gob just pushes up a little bit too far. And that could actually be Irvine Valley's opportunity here. Gob has respawned now. Is going to have that Meteor Strike. Just recently buffed and increases the ability recharge rate by 100% when it is activated. It kind of reminds me almost in kind of like Deadeye, you know, it has its primary function, but sometimes you just see people using it to just quickly get a new reload there. So it just has that kind of added benefit now of knowing that when you're out of that Meteor Strike, you can set up all your combos again instantly.
Yeah, and both Plato and Gob have their ults up, so going into this next fight, it could easily sway in Boise State's favor if they're able to get down that shield, get the shatter off, and then able to combo it with the Meteor Strike, or Gob just goes all in, able to take out the 2 healers before the Immortality field comes up. And as we jump right back into the action, we're going to see that shatter come out and land on no members of Irvine Valley, with Boise State trying to secure a single kill, and they're finally able to get Cajun. As I mentioned, that target priority onto the Reinhardt is so key here, able to take out their front line. It's some of the basics, as I mentioned, that you want to see from both teams. And Boise State pushing forward, getting as many kills as they can, with Lynn on the Hanzo out by himself, getting taken out by Chosen, no less. And finally, someone gets back on the card to continue pushing it.
Boise State is trying to make some space for themselves. Only 1 member hangs back on that payload, just maybe trying to get a stagger here or there, but of course they don't want to go too far up, as Gob found out very painfully as soon as Boise State took the first point. But now, here we go into the next engagement. Boise State is sitting with only 1 ultimate, and they're going to use it as Lynn gets an early pick onto Gob. It's going to be evened up by a large bagel, as we also see the Blizzard is being eaten there by Smoke, so Maxwell's Blizzard isn't going to do anything right now, but a large bagel coming in clutch, one of the strongest supports that we see in the collegiate scene, getting a double for Boise State, but the Diva Bomb is going to take him out now that he's out of the picture. Plato is instead going to step up, getting a double. Boise State managing to answer back basically any sort of elimination that Irvine Valley gets. They're able to answer them back, it seems, 2 for 1.
Yeah, at the start of the fight, we saw a great opening from Irvine Valley with the Blizzard and the Dragon. But then on the side of Boise State, we see Chosen threat in that Immortality field, and it keeps Plato alive the entire time through that Dragon and the Blizzard. Boise State had that team play down. They knew what to do and what to counter. We're going to see the Dragons come out again, but it's immediately eaten by Kel. This Diva is out for your ult, and she's going to eat them all. We see the Shadow come out, but it is blocked. Back in fourth place, Boise State is on their top game, showing a strong opener. We're going to see the Amplification Matrix come out, and it looks like it's not going to be able to secure a kill with Cats finally able to trade with a large bagel. Back and forth, Cats able to take out Gob. It looks like Cats McCree is the way to go with Bam now getting the boop kill on Kel. It looks like Irvine's finally going to be able to hold off the Boise State aggressiveness, but it took them being right next to their spawn.
Now Gob with a new choice onto the Widowmaker right now. Another one of those heroes that had their damage fall off adjusted over the summer. And that's definitely going to go into play as Gob is able to pick out Lin there. Right off the bat, Boise State going to a 1 advantage in this engagement as Cats brings out the Deadeye to try to stall off Boise State. They're just going to throw up the May wall and said, let's just kind of duck back around this corner and wait that out. And now Boise State is looking for their next move right now as both of the tanks push back on toward the payload. But Lin with the great pick onto Gob there is going to stop Boise State. And now we also see, looks like the Dragon Strike coming out from Lin there. Is it going to get anyone from Boise State? Instead, Plato with the Flame Strike picks up Banshur and the mech for the Diva, quickly taken out by Kel as well. Maxo was going to get that Blizzard, not eaten up by the defensive Matrix, and pins Cajun right into the side of the wall. Boise State looks like they are going to take this third point and lead 3 minutes 40 seconds for overtime.
Yeah, Lin was doing his best. He got those Dragon Strikes faster than most Hanzos there, able to just consistently throw them out. But with that Diva just in his face, eating every single one, it was a hard-fought battle. But Boise State definitely showing that they have had more time to play together as a team and have those strats down. Amazing first showing here as we now swap sides with Irvine Valley now having to attack. We'll see if they're able to finally cap their first point of the night.
There we go, we see the swaps. Boise State is indeed on the red side right now for this match. I don't blame you, Brenner, for getting mixed up, though. Anytime Boise State is not in the blue color, my mind immediately has a miniature meltdown because I'm so used to Boise State being the blue, but right now they are going to be the red, and they are red hot. See what I did there? With their performance right now, Boise State getting a very great first attacking push. Now we're going to see how their defense works. We were talking about that strategy they had last semester of staying up on those ledges and waiting for the team to kind of push in, get a pick, and then they collapse onto the point. Will that be something that we see in their first defensive hold on Kings Row?
Yeah, I'm curious if Irvine will also opt in for their own Doomfist like Gob, but it seems like Boise State's going with the Torb because they do have that turret up in the back along with the May, so it looks like they're definitely going to try to separate the team the best they can. We're going to see here the Diva all the way up on top of the statue trying to get some early little poke damage to get that early ult percent going. It looks like Irvine's actually going to go for the Brawl comp along with the Brig. The Boise State's going to go in right behind them, take out the healer and Cats, and both DPS. They're commanding this defense point and not going to let Irvine Valley an inch, not even touch the point, and a T-wipe within the first 30 seconds of the round.
Push the ace button on the control panel. That is the first ace of the season for Boise State. That is a great start for them, and now they move on to their second hold here. You see the Echo being brought out by Lin there, another one of those heroes that was very dominant, but we've seen a little bit of the power pulled back by Blizzard. But right now the power is coming through from Plato in spades, able to pick up a double. Lion is able to take out Plato, but not after Maxwell gets a little revenge. Another double and another ace for Boise State.
Yeah, Boise State only losing Plato after getting a double kill for himself, and now he has Shatter going into the next fight, and he should definitely be able to make a time with now Bam switching over to the Moira, and King going over to the Mercy. So we're going to see an Echo Mercy coming out here trying to cancel out this D.Va who's just been able to dominate the sky so far. We're going to see Amplification Matrix also come online for Boise State, able to counter this Irvine push as they just now getting Dragon online for their first ultimate. We're going to see Amplification Matrix go down and a great wall separating out Irvine's team. The D.Va causing hell in the back line, Hell getting a double kill out of it. Doesn't look like it's going to be a team wipe this time, but they are still not letting them get past that choke point.
Well, this is a great performance from Boise State, especially when you consider the King's Point is one of the most notorious first points to hold, as it is difficult with your respawn, normally being so far away from the initial point. All it's going to take is one pick from Irvine Valley to get this, and we see Hell getting a 10-player streak right now as Gavin Plato picking up a triple, taking out a little bit of everything from Irvine Valley as they're going to have their support taken out. We also see the copy is coming out onto the Reinhardt, is just going to get mowed down by Chosen. Boise State doing a great job of managing their ultimates. Anything that Irvine Valley pushes at them, they are just holding with force.
Yeah, they got the double bubble right now, and we're going to see Lint now swap over to the Pharah. Maybe that will make the difference for them here, trying to get that aerial damage out. But Kel on this D.Va has just been such a dominating force, controlling the skies, eating every ult he can. So now going into the snap fight, we're going to see Shatter come out onto two members, along with the Molten Core, able to take out both healers in the back line, not even able to phase away as the rest of Boise State charges it, blocks out the spawn, can't even run home, and the third team kill for Boise State.
Oh, they are having too much fun right now, I'm going to say it. That is probably the first fat shatter that we have seen this season, and I'm sure there are going to be many more as we move on. Right now, Irvine Valley still has a lot in their arsenal. They might be saving up again for that Coalescence to be able to be brought online. As now Keen is using that Valkyrie. Boise State is going to be using the Application Matrix and Immortality Field in response. Irvine Valley pressing all of their ultimates right now, but Katz is going to be the first one taken out, and great beat from a large Mako to give Boise State a little bit of survivability through all those ultimates right now. The only thing they have, Irvine Valley, is going to be Cajun getting one pick, but Boise State fights back furiously. It's not even going to allow Irvine Valley to get 1 point.
Yeah, they held off against all the ults Irvine had to throw at them. They're going to try to go dive on the point, but they won't even make it past the Blizzard.
Even a little bit of BM from Boise State.
It was a strong showing. They commanded it, and they deserved it. Boise State definitely showing that they won the Mountain West, and they intend to keep that title.
Oh, and here comes Plato, who has been such an insane force, but also kind of an unsung hero. We have been seeing some great Mei walls. Mei was one of those heroes that was very dominant in the last semester with no real changes overall, and the great utility that that wall can come out with. It has been such a great force tonight. Well, if you want to score pro advice to hopefully become as great as some of the gameplay we've been seeing tonight, you can go to esportstower.com. You can improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. So now Boise State getting the second victory of the night, with this being a best of 5. They are now at their match point. And what do you think overall is the main thing that kind of needs to change from Irvine Valley to really kind of turn this around?
I definitely think it comes down to the target recognition and realizing where your teammates are. We've seen through the Kings Row that those Mei walls came in very well, and Boise State would just come right through the middle, split them up, and they have that target recognition to go for the healers in the back first, then swipe through, get the tanks, or even go for the Rhine first, and then dismantle their front line, push right, and roll over them. So that's something we want to see from Irvine Valley, is maybe a bit tighter compositions that when they push in, they stick together and are not getting picked off. With something like the Pharmacy up in the sky, that D.Va can just dismantle them, especially with how many ults she is eating all the ults. So we definitely have to see if Irvine Valley is able to pull it back and hopefully get at least one pip on the point next time.
Well, hopefully they can. You know, it's great to see the Broncos doing well, but I do love casting those competitive matches. So hopefully it can be a little bit more close in game number 3. We are going to take a short break and come back seeing what Irvine Valley chooses for their map choice. We are going to find all of that out right after this break.
NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Wait and so.
Welcome back to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. You are watching our coverage of NECC Collegiate Overwatch. Boise State and Irvine Valley are heading into game number 3 on hybrid with the series sitting at 2-0. Boise State at match point. I'm still Jacob Jem Palmer, joined by Brenner Bear Ladd here, calling all of the action we can see. Another look at the arena. All of the players having way too much fun tonight because I believe, have we seen one engagement go in the favor of Irvine Valley, Brenner? I don't think we have. I think it's been Boise State dominant the whole night.
Yeah, they definitely had a strong showing on Legion Tower. They almost won that fight, but Boise State was able to just kind of stall them out with one or two players on point and just hold them off the best they can, trickling back and forth. But Boise State came out on top, so we have yet to see a Irvine Valley win a team fight. They've definitely won 1v1s and then immediately lost the next one, but they've had their moments for sure for certain players. So I hope we see in this final game they have at least one team fight that they can claim victory to.
Well, I'm not sure if they even need it at this point because they're at their top performance, but it never hurts to take a refresher in Doc's keys to the game in Overwatch, and that's never take a fair fight. That means to take fight in unexpected places when they are unprepared and, of course, focus on that tempo. That is Doc's keys to the game, brought to you by Count Identity Trust Global Network, and they enable real-time fraud prevention, account protection, and enable personalized customer experiences for more than 9,000 leading brands and payment providers. Quick and accurate identity trust decisions deliver safe payment, account creation, and login events while reducing digital fraud, chargebacks, false positives, and more. Count.com, KOUNT.com. As I said earlier, this is the third map overall in this match between Boise State and Irvine Valley. Boise State just needs one more win and they can start the NECC season off right. As the defending Mountain West champions, they are definitely making a statement of their confidence. Looks like we're going to be going over to Watch Point Gibraltar. And Watch Point Gibraltar, I was just bringing up Mountain West champions. This was a map that had quite a tense end when they were going up against UNLV. So a great map with Boise State having a lot of great performance potential, especially under this first ridge threat.
Yeah, we're seeing both sides with that Genji, with that increased basic damage. It might come out, but now we're going to see Plato jumping right onto point and already getting a quad for the side of Boise State, cleaning up as they try to push the cart. They could not get through the archway as Boise State just fell on them and collapsed on them. So hopefully we're going to see if Katz on this McCree is able to get the value he has in the past with Bolt. Briggs now getting close to their ult, or at least a large bagel is. We're going to see Goff also try to get some early little cheeky damage as they're coming out the gate. Boise State definitely having that ult advantage with Gob and Kel getting real close. Chosen now getting the nano, so we'll probably see a nano blade come up from the side of Boise State if they even need it, as Diva's already getting D-mexed before even touching the cart.
Boise State just pushing Irvine Valley back into their spawn. Now Irvine, they might have pushed too far though, as Irvine Valley is fighting back right now, taking out Maxo and Plato. Now Lynn also getting a double onto Gob right now. This is exactly what they needed, as Smoke also getting a large bagel near. Now the payload goes forward a little bit, but I don't know if I want to tell Irvine Valley that one of Boise State's favorite parts of Watchpoint Gibraltar is coming up under this bridge here.
Yeah, it's definitely where it's do or die, and already committing the primal rage just to kill an Ana, as we see Bob come out from the side of Boise State to definitely hold down the point the best he can. But Irvine Valley's picking up kills. Boise State is not regrouping together. They're kind of walking in on the point alone. And it looks like Irvine Valley is finally going to get the first checkpoint for themselves, and they've been winning team fights.
Wow, this is a great turn of events right now. 1 point for Irvine Valley. This is what I want to see from them. And the Diva Bomb also taking out Chosen Plato as well. Boise State now is finding themselves at a huge disadvantage. Irvine Valley is happy to keep building up their ultimate charge and move around as they go into the second third of this overall map. See a little bit of dynamite being thrown out by Gob there, but no picks thus far. As Irvine Valley has 3 members on the payload right now, pushing it at its full speed. 3 or 2, but we don't necessarily see 1, as we see some fighting at the very top of the map here. Plato starting it off right by getting Diva, as well as Cajun also being taken out. That there goes that Genji blade, able to pick up 2, turning it right around. They're taking out both supports for Boise State, but Gob and Kel still managing to do great work in stopping Irvine Valley's push.
Yeah, Irvine Valley had that second win, getting that first point. They definitely came alive there, and we're so happy to see it now. But now with Boise State finally regrouped, able to hold off the point as Irvine Valley has to regroup. We're going to see the Winston try to jump up and immediately just get booped off. This is the top of the ship for Boise. They're not going to let anyone up there. We're going to see the Nano Blade come out from the side of Boise State, and the Deadeye. Ult's coming out both sides, and Katz is able to finally get it with the Deadeye. We're going to see Gob throw out the Bob. He's able to pick one up on King, as the back line of Irvine Valley is getting cut off. Kel's doing his best to kill that baby Diva. But it looks like Irvine Valley is going to push the cart the best they can and almost get the checkpoint, no less, with Kel at 31 HP, now at 2. Finally drops, loses the health, having to go into the Diva Bomb, able to clear off the point and buy them some time. With only 2 meters left, Irvine Valley is definitely showing their strongest right now.
Wow, Irvine Valley still trying to secure this second point as a large bagel comes in and gets a pick onto Cats. Boise State, there's one thing they have, it's staying power and able to stop Irvine Valley's next push. They are going to still have a little over 2 minutes to secure this second point. And I just want to say, I don't know if it's going to be a play of the game. We didn't see the full extent of it, but if I had to give a play of the game to Irvine Valley, it was definitely King. It's going to be taken out again, though. Boise State's going to find themselves 1 up as all of the ultimates are used for Irvine Valley, save for the Genji blade right now. Smoke is very low on health, is going to be taken out of the mech. Look at Lynn again with the double on the Genji blade. I don't know if it's going to be enough to turn this around, as Kel is able to pick up a double, but Irvine Valley is definitely matching Boise State a little bit more in the eliminations. I do want to say right now, just before this next fight breaks out, to finish my point, Brenner, the sleep dart onto Maxwell as soon as he popped the Genji blade, one of my favorite plays that I've seen this season. Of course, the season's just started, but it's a great start nonetheless.
Oh, fantastic. I totally agree with you. And Irvine Valley is definitely having their second win in this match. Definitely a stronger showing than the first 2. They've been able to win 1 or 2 team fights so far, and Katz has been doing great on this McCree. It's definitely been his count for pick. Cajun now getting the Primal Rage, along with Gob now getting his 3rd Bob of the match. Trades going back and forth for both teams, and Gob definitely getting those backline picks that you want to see from an Ash. Even gets the dynamite kill from overtime onto that brig. And now with Cajun doing his Primal Rage, gets taken out by Chosen. It looks like Boise State's going to be able to hold off Irvine one more time.
Now this is a very crucial point for Irvine, as they can't really afford to get staggered here. They have enough time for one more solid contest, but right there with Smoke putting that stagger onto them, they are going to have very little time indeed. Now they do have a little bit of resources available to them, but so does Boise State, as it looks like Plato is going to get right up into Lion's face right there, unable to take him out. Anti-Nate is going to be going on to Cajun as well. We have to see what route Irvine Valley even takes. They are not getting to the point right now, and they only have 8 seconds. Is Boise State going to keep them from even getting to the payload? Are they even going to get there? Count throws out the Diva Bomb. No, they managed to touch it at the very last moment, and the Nano Boost is also going to be used by King, as well as Caps using that High Noon right now. Maxo has the Genji Blade, as well as Rally being used by a large Bagel. Nano Blade is also going to be used, and that pays off in spades for Boise State, picking up the triple Wave ultimate coordination for them right there, ending this match in style with a team wipe.
Yeah, Maxwell definitely got the play of the game in that last minute, securing round 1. With Irvine Valley finally able to at least get 1 point here. They definitely had a great showing, but it's going to come down to this defense for Irvine Valley and see if they can stop Boise State's snowball aggression through this matchup.
Whew. Well, I do have to hand it to Irvine Valley. They have definitely improved. I do think that their performance is definitely starting to ramp up right now, and I just have to hand it to their supports. I want to see some more of that great Ana play from Irvine Valley. I don't know if we'll necessarily see the same composition on attack. What do you think Boise State is going to bring out right now as they look to switch over to attack?
I would actually hope to see the same comp from their end, just because that Winston Diva is able to get that verticality and dominate that space so well. We could also see a possible, not so much pirate ship with the Torben Bastion, but just one of the two, because then having that dominant force on the cart would definitely put Irvine Valley on their back foot, as they haven't had to deal with that yet. They've just had to deal with Boise State's defense of just aggressive up in your face, not so much hard defense on the cart. So it'll be definitely interesting showing for both sides, and see if Boise State's cheesy picks might come out here.
5, 4, 3, 2.
We do see Irvine Valley opening up with the Hanzo to get some of that scouting, but it looks like most of his team is out in the back with an Orisa this time. They're going to keep the break. Looks like they might keep the Ashe as well, along with the Diva for that verticality, as I mentioned.
Boise State is just going to be pretty much uncontested, is what is an interesting choice at least. Oh, look at Plato right here. It's just going to slam right into Irvine Valley, catching them completely off guard, and they are just going to go right into this hallway and try to focus him down. But with the help of that orb from the Zen, Chosen, in fact, that is going to help keep him alive. And in fact, he is just going to continue doing damage onto Irvine Valley. We were talking about, will Boise State have any cheeky strats? Well, they certainly will, as Maxo also takes out King, Smoked, and Bamshire also being eliminated. And they are just going to focus down Cajun right now, put a little bit of a stagger onto Irvine Valley. Boise State getting under that crucial bridge, and now it looks like they're going to be taking the first point without too much of an effort.
Yeah, Boise State with the double sniper able to pick off that back line so cleanly. And the Zen Wrecking Ball combo is fantastic, allowing for the dive. But Lin with this Genji has been popping off, getting another double kill without even the Dragon Blade to aid him. Looks like Irvine Valley is going to mount a impressive defense with multiple picks going on their side, and it looks like they're finally going to win a solid team fight on the defense.
And not just a team fight, but they were also able to burn an ultimate off as Plato hit that minefield. Now Boise State are going to be wishing they have that one back right now. Look at Lion there. He definitely has the Zen's attention with that Discord orb being placed, and God making quick work of him. So now with him out of the picture, Boise State might have more of a chance to push to the next point. But look at God being taken out by Smoked as well. Irvine Valley showing that showing that they have staying power right now. They're charging up even more of their ultimates, whereas Boise State looks like they're stumbling and fumbling a little bit here. But right now, Kel is looking to turn this around. Is actually just going to head back down to Chosen to hand a bit of with that healing, with that transcendence, as the Diva Bomb is going to be thrown out, isn't going to pick up anybody. Rally and Bongo also used by Irvine Valley to try to hold Boise State. Now here comes another Diva Bomb. Isn't going to pick anyone up from Irvine Valley. Instead, look at Lynn here with another double onto Boise State. MVP for Irvine Valley for sure.
Yeah, this Genji has been pretty uncontested so far, able to get constant double kills onto the backline of Boise State, and they definitely need to have an answer for him, as also Irvine Valley's own Widow has been doing very well. We saw Maxwell swap over to the Tracer to try to even get to touch her, but she has been constantly countered and even antied by Irvine, as they are definitely getting that target recognition, as I mentioned, with Lynn finally picking her up, and Chosen now able to eliminate that Widow. But after committing so many resources to take the ground, Lynn with the Dragon Blade is going to come out, but gets booped away by a large bagel on the brig and is going to lose that ult. But it looks like Cajun on this team is going to stall out the best he can. A large bagel having that rally on the back, and it looks like Boise State will finally cap the first point. And I believe at this same time, Irvine Valley did it a little bit faster. We are finally going to see Riley come out from the side of Boise State, and they're going to take as much space as they can, trying to eliminate all players of Irvine so they can push the cart freely.
Now Irvine Valley, they've struggled in letting Boise State get too much stagger onto them, and with King being taken out, Boise State is happy to take as many seconds as they can, as the pulse bomb is actually going to head right onto Cajun's Mac, and Boise State is going to be happy with that stagger. They are already just about halfway toward the final parking spot. Speaking of stagger, though, look at Smoked and Lion. I gotta say, they're probably the ones that are surprising me the most from Irvine Valley with their picks. But there goes the minefield right onto Irvine Valley, followed by the Diva Bomb. Is going to pick up 3. That is the first big Diva Bomb of the season, and what a great showing from the Broncos.
Yeah, and Lynn is still in it, so that's definitely someone you want to watch, as Cajun throws out his own Diva Bomb, and it sadly won't get a triple of his own, as Boise State cleans up the last 2 tanks for Irvine Valley as it comes down to the last few meters of the match. But with getting a near team kill for the side of Boise State, it's literally down to stall the best you can. Vamp tried, Caps tried, but is getting held back by the tanks. We're going to see the Nano come out onto Cajun, so he has that damage resistance and hold it as long as he can. We saw Caps try to go for the Deadeye and get taken out immediately by Marshall. Lynn is going to be able to get the pulse bomb, but it's not able to secure any kills. It is full stall right now, but Boise State is able to edge them out, and it's a Boise State victory.
Great performance by the Broncos, starting the NECC season off right with an undefeated 3-0. And we're going to see Maxo with a great welcome to Boise State Broncos, just taking out Caps right as he was using that high noon. And so also going to get Cajun here. What great play from the Broncos, making Boise State proud, winning their first NACE match. They are 1-0 so far for the season, but what a 1-0 that is. Great job from the Broncos. Well, Boise State, with performances like that, has many great supporters, and one of them is the Idaho Army National Guard, proud supporter of Boise State Esports. Top plays are presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. With more than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for, the Idaho Army National Guard is the best team to join out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuardGaming. Well, overall, what any huge thoughts, Brenner? What most impressed you there? Because there was a lot to be impressed at.
Yeah, for sure. It's an amazing, strong showing for the new Boise State team with the different players from last year. We saw a ton of amazing plays, but also you got to give it to Irvine. They finally won their first team fight. We saw them come alive on Watch Point Gibraltar. They did very well. Lynn is definitely, as you mentioned, their star player on that Genji. He was able to get consistent double kills even without the Dragon Blade. So you definitely got to give hats off to him, as well as Cajun. Cajun on that Diva was able to hold on to the point as long as he could, even when he was outnumbered, just to help stall it for his team. So a lot of props to Irvine for having this first game. Yeah, they lost it, but for the first game of the season as kind of an unknown team, as you mentioned at the start of this, we didn't really know they were a new team to the scene. I think they did very well.
Yeah, when you have to go up against the Mountain West champions, you know, it is a tall task, but great job from them, and I am sure that they can improve and become a great force in the future. Not that we didn't already see some great plays from them tonight, but speaking of great plays and great players, it is time we'll re-award the Idaho Central Credit Union Player of the Game first for the Overwatch season. Who really stood out to you, Brenner?
If we're doing Boise State players, I would say Plato in the frontline tank on that Reinhardt. He was able to execute multiple plays for his team and own that front line. And as I mentioned, Plato able to own that front line and charge in and hold it for his team as long as he could. And if I had to give one to Irvine, it's Lin, no question. He's able to get so many kills for his team and hold on the best he could, but it's got to go to Plato with those frontline plays from the Winston to the Rhine. He dominated that front line.
Well, the first Idaho Central Credit Union Player of the Game for the season goes to Plato, and it is brought to you by ICCU, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Plato is your ICCU player. And this play here, right here, just slamming right into Irvine Valley, catching them completely unaware, and they all turn and chase him into the hallway. It's just too perfect. It's almost like it turned into a vaudeville act there, and I was ready for the Benny Hill theme to start playing. So great opportunity and taken there by Plato. Great gameplay and overall great match from the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm honestly happy for both sides. For the first match of the season, it's what you want to see from both sides. With Irvine Valley learning a lot, their first game, an unknown team came in, held their own towards the end. They definitely got that second wind, so I hope they're able to improve to just have a strong start rather than having to lose the first two and then come alive. Whereas Boise State still as strong as ever, maintaining that title as you mentioned, and hopefully we can see this continue in the next matchup.
Well, that is going to do it for the first match of the NECC season. Boise State getting a 3-0 victory over Irvine Valley. And we are going to be leaving you tonight with the top 5 plays of the game, brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard. And we talked all about the great supporter they are of Boise State Esports. So enjoy their top 5 plays of the game. Have a good night, and we will be back here on Wednesday tomorrow with more esports action because the season is really starting to heat up. So thank you for joining us. We will see you tomorrow. Is going to come right onto Plato. Stop Boise State's presence. Kell is trying to keep it going, and I don't blame Boise State right now as they actually are able to take back the point. But now here comes Irvine Valley. Boise State has managed to stretch this out to 99 as Chosen is able to take out that immortality field. Kell also getting the pick onto Kane. Heroes that was very dominant, but we've seen a little bit of the power pulled back by Blizzard. But right now the power is coming through from Plato in spades, able to pick up a double. Lion is able to take out Plato, but not after Maxwell gets a little revenge. Another double and another ace for Boise State.
Yep, Boise State only losing Plato after
State is just going to be pretty much uncontested is what is an interesting choice at least. Oh, look at Plato right here. It's just going to slam right into Irvine Valley, catching them completely off guard, and they are just going to go right into this hallway and try to focus him down. But with the help of that orb from the Zen, Chosen, in fact, that is going to help keep him alive. And in fact,
on top of the statue, trying to get some early little poke damage to get that early full percent going. It looks like Irvine's actually going to go for the Brawl comp along with the Brig. The Boise State's going to go in right behind them, take out the healer and Cat, and both DPS. They're commanding this defense point and not going to let Irvine.
Speed of Stagger, though, look at Smoked and Lion, I got to say. They're probably the ones that are surprising me the most from Irvine Valley with their picks. But there goes the minefield right onto Irvine Valley, followed by the Diva Bomb. Is going to pick up 3. That is the first big Diva Bomb of the season, and what a great showing from the Broncos.